Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another damn well watch along. Oh, it's good to see you people. It's good to see beautiful people once again. Motherfucker. Muted? Muted on a day like this, on a muted? Alright, so what did you hear then? Did you hear anything I said? Do I have to start this shit all over again? I don't like this whole call me uncle thing. This whole uncle, how are you doing, unks? No, I'm 28 years of age. I'm not your uncle. I don't have kids. I'm a young man, right? I still got a lot to live for. I'm nobody's uncle, right? Now, Uncle Shannon, Uncle Club Shay Shay, that's an uncle. That's your unks. I'm not unks. That's your unks. Go talk to him. You know what I mean? Go talk to him. That's your unks. I'm not your unks. I'm not your unks whatsoever. I can use my phone. I know how to take screenshots. I'm not confused. Do you know what I'm saying? I know how to handle my business, right? I'm not your uncle. Yeah, that's not me. So don't look at me. What are we saying in the chat? Man said pushing 30. I am, but I'm not. That's the very important thing here. I am not 30. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why was that message retracted? Which mod did... There's no need to retract his message. His message was fine from what I could see. All right, cool. What are we saying, chat? What are we saying? Oh, let's go right back up to the start. Please start at 11. Listen, this brother Hassan, you need to shut your mouth about... I got things going on, you know. I got things going on. I got inventory guy for next door. I got a guy come next door to change the hob. I got a whole new yard next door that I now need to take care of because I got some things happening that you're going to see soon coming. So don't be telling me. I got bits and bobs, you know. Don't be telling me what I need to be doing. What do you need to be doing as a viewer? Have you smashed up the like? Have you, you know, obviously you're subscribed, otherwise you wouldn't even be here. Maybe I need to extend the subscription to 20 days. I don't know. What do you need to do to be a good viewer? For you to be a good viewer today, Hassan, what do you need to do? You need to vote in the poll when the poll comes up. You need to make sure there's no shenanigans going on in the chat. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be supporting the mighty Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Yardman 2.0. Am I confident? Well, on every platform I've gone on, I've said I win. So I don't know what that means. Listen, am I confident? I don't know. I'm as confident as you can be as a Chelsea fan. But I am predicting a win. Not only because we have to win, but also because I do think we're capable. I mean, if you remember the corresponding fixture last year, Cole Palmer had an absolute field day. Everybody was loving life. Goals galore, skill, back kills, finishes, curlers. That is all still very much, we're still capable of all of that. We know what Everton are going to do. They're going to come with a low block today. They're going to make it difficult. They're going to sit in a 4-5-1. Beto's going to be their front man. And we've got to break that down. Now, if Cole Palmer and Jackson are playing to the best of their capabilities, then of course they can break that down and we shouldn't even be having a conversation. But if they're not, and if the manager then on top of that isn't going to make any tweaks, my biggest concern is James at right back, but he's going into midfield, and Ndiaye, who's probably been Everton's best attacker, certainly their most easy on the eye attacker. You know, if they have him on the left, which they will, and James is pissing about in midfield, we could get caught out. That's my one and only concern with Everton, I'll be honest. I think we've been defending set pieces a lot better this season. I don't want to jinx things. There's no Tarkowski. So that is where I'm at. This is where my head is at. These are my things that I'm thinking of. But we'll see who starts and who doesn't. When the lineups come out, I'll be typing them up. And then we'll do what we need to do. Missing Mudryk? No, not really. I mean, obviously, I'd like Mudryk to be back because I want the extra option on in the squad. I still sell him in the summer, even if he was here. To be honest, I'd still be looking to sell him. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Mystic Ma. Yeah, man, after all this is said and done, if any of you have not watched the latest video, go and check it out. I don't know why the algorithm always does this to me. When I put my heart and soul and my effort, me and Skull Dungarees, you know what I mean? We get the editing, we get the musics, get the theme, get the costume, get the thumbnail, everything. Same thing they did to me on the Copenhagen. But over time, you saw it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was popping up in your recommendations or what. Over time, you man saw it. I'm going to need you to over time be seeing this because man, there's put a lot of effort in, you know. The crystal ball was not cheap. Amazon, they charge a dime for this crystal ball. You should see what the bigger ones were costing. So, it's still relevant after this. One of them videos that are relevant after the game. It's not a preview. Let's see, maybe my score prediction, which was 1-0 win for Chelsea against Everton on the Big Six and in my Mystic Ma video. If that comes true today, 12:30 kickoff, then I'm already on the roll. I'm already rolling with the predictions. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I've predicted, 1-0 win. I think it'll be a low-scoring game because we can't convert and they don't really concede many. Like I said in that video, we've all got the joint 5th best defense with Bournemouth. I think we've all conceded like 40 goals. So if you ain't seen that, go check that out after the watch-along or the review, whatever you want. It will be relevant up until the league campaign is done, really. And let's see if I was right. I should be right, personally, you know, considering I'm Mystic Ma. But, hey, let's see what happens. All right, cool. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, since I spoke to you, I guess there's that. There's, bro, I'm telling you, the algorithm's the algorithm, bro. This is why when you guys said, when I said I'm not a big YouTuber, and some of you guys were like, no, you are. Big YouTubers don't get shafted by the algorithm like this. You think KSI has to care what his title is? Oh, let me change this word to this because now it'll give this boost to this. I have to be changing titles, making sure that you guys can see the video because it's lost. You think KSI has to do this shit? KSI type 5 question marks in a row, 5 dots and no letters, and that shit get like 1 million views. So no, I'm not a big YouTuber. We still have to be thinking. We still have to be, you know, calculating and doing the numbers and the mathematics. So go and check that out because the YouTube, I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to dampen my spirits. I don't know, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But yeah, it's mad. One thing you got to learn, and I'll tell you this right now, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. That doesn't make you a big YouTuber. Big YouTuber is how many views you're getting and how engaged your audience is in your content. I've seen channels with 500,000 subscribers because they did loads of shorts, right? There's shorts. They did loads of shorts. The shorts were getting like 10 million views or whatever. All them little TikTok, real nonsense. Ugh. They were pumping up the subscribers. Drop a video now, 5K views. I'd rather have 10K subscribers and get 5K views. What kind of foolishness is this? So you got to be careful out here on these streets, ladies and gentlemen. It's not always where it appears to be. All right, cool. Let me get the lineups because apparently the lineups have dropped. What have they got for us today? What's the lineup saying? Don't worry, I'll teach you more about YouTube very soon. Don't worry. I got a lot to say. All right, what's the lineups? Where's the lineups? I did get my tickets for Sweden, by the way. I didn't get shafted this time. Not that last time I even got shafted. I just knew I wouldn't be able to get them because of the whole security issue. But I will be going to Sweden next week. So we will be out in Sweden, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what that means. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a lot more good shit coming your way. Lavia does start for Chelsea. That's probably the one surprise. Yeah, that is the only surprise. Oh, 2 surprises. Okay. Okay, I didn't see this coming. I'm going to get the full team on screen for you in just a minute. Let me read it out, though, so you know. Sanchez is in goal. At right back, we have Caicedo. Caicedo is at right back coming into midfield. You'd make the case that he is probably the most comfortable. Actually, he is probably the most comfortable out of all of the players to be doing this role. I was having a couple of complaints about the right backs in the previous review. Gusto, James, they're all struggling. Achampong, I think, would struggle as well in the Premier League doing this job. But today he's decided I'm not even playing any right backs. I'm going to go with Caicedo. So Sanchez, Caicedo, Chalobah, Colwell, Cucurella. Caicedo coming into midfield. I would assume then Cucurella is very much reserved today and becomes part of the back three. Don't expect him to be box crashing as much, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm just thinking numbers-wise, we're not going to play a 2-5-1 or 2-5-2 or whatever the heck, I don't know, that we've tried to do in Conference League. So Enzo, Lavia, Madueke, Palmer, Neto, Jackson. So Lavia's back in midfield. He's playing the midfield three today. This is the type of day where I say Santos will get his game time. When Lavia is injured, which he always is, unfortunately, this is how the manager's plans could change. You put Santos next to Enzo in midfield. You put Caicedo right back. This is how you get all three of them on the pitch at the same time. Because he's wanted to maybe do this many times. He's done this a couple of times. We've seen Lavia and Caicedo in the big games, Enzo on the bench in the earlier part of the season. Instead of Lavia, if he's injured, which he probably will be, then Santos goes in next to Caicedo for the big games. Santos goes next to Enzo for these games where he wants to put Caicedo right back. So when people are saying, oh, where's Santos going to get the game time? Well, this is how he gets the game time. So, yeah, it's not really a concern for me about game time for him. It's more about whether or not Chelsea are actually going to be tempted by the money that is definitely going to come for Santos. I've seen many clubs interested, but hopefully they don't let me down this time on this kind of thing. All right, cool. So let me try and see if I can just add a couple people to the bench if they would let me. Perfect. I don't know why it's just being really annoying. Okay, whatever. So Badia Shill is on the bench. Achampong is on the bench. Tossin's on the bench. James is on the bench. Dewsbury Hall's on the bench. George, Sancho, and Nkuku all on the bench. I've got so much to tell you guys because I haven't seen you in so long. There's so much to talk about. Beautiful. We love it. So much to discuss. Where's the Everton team? Is the Everton team out? Once I get the Everton team on screen, we're going to digress. We're going to discuss. It's been a wild couple of days. Pickford in goal, Patterson, O'Brien. Oh, O'Brien comes in next to Braithwaite, not Keane. Keane is on the bench. Fair enough. Let's see. Everybody else, have I got... Okay, Garner Gay, I think, starts. No... Oh, Harrison starts as well. Decore starts. Garner. So who am I? Okay, no, I've got that team spot on. That's fine. Yep, that team's spot on. Cool. All right, let me just do the Everton bench, put this up on screen, and then we're going to talk. Begovic, a former Chelsea player on that bench for Everton as well. I think they've got two keepers on that bench. McNeil. What's going on with McNeil? Is he just coming back from injury? Because he was quite an important player for Everton last season. He was literally their whole attack. And now I'm seeing him on the bench. Maybe he's been on the bench consistently. If there's any Everton fans, do let me know what's going on with McNeil. Why is he not starting games? I thought he was one of your best players. Is he just come back from injury or what's going on there? Is he not fancied by Moyes? I don't know. Thought he would be, considering he's got a serious delivery on him. We know how much Moyes likes to get balls into the box. Okay, cool. Oh, my days. Oh, okay. Let's get these teams on screen. Let's do that. Let's have that done. Bang. Bosh. So those are your teams. Miz is on a holiday with his family. You may have not seen that community post, but that is where Miz is, so there'll be no watch along. And that's why he hasn't done any content for the last couple of days. He's daily. So if he's not posted on a day, then you know he's away because he posts every day. So Miz is enjoying some much deserved time off. He's been grafting every single day for I don't know how many years. The only time I ever see him not uploading is when he's literally on holiday with his family. Apart from that, he is there every day, twice a day. So, you know, much deserved. Right. Do you know? Yeah, so let's see what else is being said that I need to catch up with. O'Brien is good. Yeah, because I thought Keane was more senior than him, so I was just expecting Keane. But it is what it is. It doesn't make a difference to me. Tarkowski's their best defender, along with Braithwaite, of course, who will probably be looking to make a move some point. He's very young, but there's loads of I mean, when he's not there, then they're weakened. No matter who's coming in, whether it's Keane, O'Brien, or whatever. How do you put the scoreboard on the screen? What do you mean? It's all OBS, so there's no StreamYard here. I don't use StreamYard anymore. When I was using StreamYard like a year ago, and I changed to OBS because StreamYard was down. There was a time where StreamYard was down for some weird reason. None of the content creators could get their streams going, the ones that hadn't already gone live on YouTube. So I was like, all right, I'm not having this issue again. I'm going to OBS. Rants uses OBS, never has an issue. So I go to OBS, and the first time I go to OBS, you guys are all like, wow, this is a new camera. This is looking sick. Wow, the quality. I said, hold on a second. I've had this camera for like 3 months, and now the quality's coming in. Now the quality's kicking in. I said, yeah, StreamYard, binned. I am paying for a service that is literally depleting my camera quality. Nah, I didn't pay for this camera for you lot to be telling me that this camera quality's been mid because of StreamYard putting their little layer of shit on top. So, yeah, obviously if you're doing like panels and you need to be sending out links and that, it's needed. But I'm not doing any of that at this point, so I don't need it. So I stopped paying that subscription. I'm on OBS, and that's how I put all my stuff into the screen. 10K is a madness. IBK, you know, this is where as a content creator, this is why you have to love what you do. You know, me and Skull, we stomping up and down the yard. Yo, how has more people not been able to see this? Because this is such a good piece of content. But you know what? You just have to take pleasure in your own work. You have to say to yourself, you know what? I enjoyed creating that. I see the quality in that. I know the people that saw that liked the quality in that. And if the other people didn't get to see it, that is not down to us. That's YouTube. But it's why you got to like your own content. So, you know, this is what it is, my brother. But anyway, you must have saw the commentary as well for Big Six. Listen, we was up until like 3:30 a.m. doing that commentary. But yeah, I'm learning ever so slowly and slightly about voiceovers, which is an art. Obviously, you see voiceovers for films and animation films and all this. So I'm learning the tone and the tweaking of your voice and all these things that you got. Voice actors, you know, they have professional schools and professional classes for all this stuff. It ain't as easy as it may appear. You gotta really lock in. There's a lot of times I gotta do a retake because I'm tired. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't locked in. I start sounding like my normal self, or I sound like I'm presenting, and I gotta go back into commentary mode. Oh, bro, you just want to go to bed. But it came out sick. Came out so sick, and it was so funny. It was so funny. It was needed, so it was good. But Saeed crashed into me. I'm sorry, like I don't understand how people ain't getting it. If you watch Formula 1, you get it. The racing rules. People are like, oh, it's not F1. It's the rules of the racing. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, you gotta move. You gotta move, man. Move. So it is what it is. So let's see what's going on. Is everybody happy with the lineup, first of all? I guess that's the first thing I should be asking. Is everybody happy with the lineup? I'm going to put up a poll now, because it's not a lineup I don't think many expected. We haven't seen Caicedo in right back for a while. I also wasn't expecting this to be the game where Lavia was needed. Last time we really saw Lavia on a consistent basis was when we had top 6, big 6 teams away from home. You know, those are the type of games where you maybe expect to see Lavia because you're trying to tighten the ship in the midfield next to Caicedo. Everton at home, low block. Was I expecting Lavia to be in midfield today? No, I wasn't. Was I expecting Lavia maybe against Liverpool next Sunday? Yes, I was. You know, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away. These are the type of games I was expecting to see Lavia play. I wasn't expecting him today. I was expecting him to be on the bench, maybe come on last 10, 15 if we're trying to close out the 1-0 lead that I've predicted, and then we keep it moving. People are saying Chalobah over Tosin. Personally, all of our defenders now is just a mismatch. I don't really think there's massive gaping gaps between them in terms of the quality. I've said it before, I think they're all pretty much secondary centre-backs that all need like a Bastoni level leader next to them, just to not only raise their game, but also just raise the entire level of the defence as a whole. A leader, a world-class defender will make Chalobah look better, will look Colwell look better, will look Tosin look better. You know, so for me, that's how I feel on that. I don't think it's a massive thing, whoever plays. I've seen mistakes from all of them. Maybe people have got their preferences. Chalobah's had his errors, you know, but look, I like I said, at this point, I'm getting errors from all of them, I feel like, to be honest. Colwell, you know, errors. So, Acheampong, I mean, Chalobah and Colwell defended very well together against Fulham. I don't think they gave away many big chances. I think Fulham didn't have many big opportunities. Sanchez was good in goal. So maybe he's just doing a continuation from that game at Craven Cottage. That doesn't mean that I don't think they're going to have an error today. They could quite easily have an error today. Beto scores. That wouldn't really surprise me. But I'm guessing that's what he's trying to do. The big change is really Caicedo coming in for Reece James, who he hooked for Gusto at half-time. Or maybe it was early in the second half. Can't quite remember, against Fulham. So that's the big change, and Lavia coming in. Apart from that, everything is basically exactly the same. We saw Sancho come on at half-time. We saw George come on. And Christopher Nkunku gets his ass back onto the bench, but I'm not really expecting to see him ahead of George now up front. George scored. George is more intense. George presses. George makes good movements. He closes down shots. He's active. He's alive. There's absolutely no reason for George to be after Nkunku. George comes on for Jackson. Maybe Nkunku comes on for Palmer. Sancho comes on for either winger. Dewsbury Hall comes on for either midfielder. And then the rest is the defence, self-explanatory. So the subs should be quite easy, to be honest. If someone's not performing in every position now, even though George is not a striker, you've got someone to come in for someone. Before this whole George striker position came about, we didn't have anyone for Jackson because Gue is still injured. I'm not sure on his return date, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Ndiaye is the big one for me for Everton. You've got to keep an eye on him. The rest are midfielders. They'll be box crashing. Decore, Beto, obviously, is having a pretty decent season under Moyes, especially. He's getting his goals. But Ndiaye is the one to watch. Caicedo, you got to get back into position. You got to be midfield, in possession, out of possession, back at right back. Madueke's got to be doing his tracking back as well. But apart from that, guys, we should be handling business, you know. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it's not, because low blocks and all that, but we need to be handling business. Thoughts on no Tarkowski? It's a big advantage for us, bro. Massive advantage. Not only from set pieces for Everton in terms of the danger going that way, but also defensively, Tarkowski, what he brings to that team in terms of leadership and his box defending, etc. He's probably been their best player this season. If you're looking at their defensive record being one of the top 6 best defensive records, joint 5, like I said, with us. They've got the same defensive record with us and Bournemouth. So defensively, Everton, not a problem in terms of, you know, their performance this season. It's all about attack. If they could add some better, higher quality attackers into that team with the defense that they already have, then they'll start to be pushing for like mid-table positions and stuff like that. So yeah, he's a big part of that defense, big part. So that's a massive thing for us, massive. What else have we got? O'Brien, 6'6". Yeah, listen. I'm sure everybody is well drilled that comes into that defense. I'm sure David Moyes takes this week and he just works on defense. I'm sure he works on crosses coming in, which I don't even think it's a complete mismatch. You know, anything aerial is a waste of our time today. Every cross should be low, should be precise, should be cutbacks. We already know Jackson's going to get lost behind Braithwaite or lost behind O'Brien on the cutbacks. He's going to be standing behind them, peering behind their shoulders. So we need box crashing from Enzo Fernandez. I've said already, Caicedo, if you're going to have a defend with 5, attack with 5 situation, then maybe it's a Colwell, Chalobah 2 with the 3 in front, Enzo, Lavia, Caicedo. He has shown that he will do a 2-2 in the Conference League and then like a 5 or how many people are we talking here? 4-5-1. Yeah. So a 2-2, 5-1. He's shown that in the Conference League with the 2 centre-backs, 2 midfielders, create the angles, get through. Then you got the 3 attacking midfielders, all of them just trying to feed into the striker. Today, it's got to be more of a 2, maybe 3, because it's Everton, it's the Premier League, it's not Legia Warsaw, maybe a 2-3. Does that really help? Does that really help the angles? I don't really think so. If he dare go 2-2-5-1, then, I mean, on the break, we better be ready to handle some transitions with Ndiaye and Beto, who I'm pretty sure Ndiaye and Beto are the only people that Everton are going to leave in the front line. I'm pretty sure Harrison, Gay, Garner, Decore, they're all going to be back. So maybe like a 4-4-2 off the ball. Let's see what Everton want to do. 4-5-1, let's see. It's going to be very interesting, tactically. Very interesting. But Moyes is definitely... He's got the aerial duels sorted on the crosses. We got to be precise. And the best box movement comes from Cucurella and Enzo crashing in, which is why I'm quite interested to see with Caicedo playing right back instead of James. Is Cucurella still going to get that license to get forward? Should we be dependent on him for movement in the box? No. It'd be nice to have Palmer get some goals today. It'd be nice to have Jackson have better box movement. Neto to have that strike they had against Fulham. Let's see. Let's see. But it could be a frustrating first half. It could be a frustrating day. I have no idea. We have to just wait and find out. As always, against teams like Everton, getting that early goal is crucial. Because if we could just get that early goal, settle the nerves, settle the fans, maybe Everton start to come out of their shell. Maybe they don't. Everton don't really... they don't need anything from us today. They're on 38 points. They're 13th. They're ahead of Manchester United on goal difference. Head of Wolves on goal difference. Head of Tottenham. Head of West Ham. They're not going to catch Palace, in my opinion. They're not going to catch Brentford, in my opinion. I don't think Everton will finish with 45 plus points, which is what they'll need. So they're pretty much guaranteed to finish from 13th to 17th in that group of teams I just mentioned. The relegation race is done. So, all of these teams are just chilling, potentially. Maybe they're still fighting for points. Maybe they're still playing for pride. But there's nothing on it for them. There's nothing on the line. So really, we should have much more motivation than them to win this game. You would like to think it's a final for us, as they say. As I said last week. Who else is playing? Wolves, Leicester today. Dead rubber. Newcastle against Ipswich at 3 o'clock. Don't be sitting there at 3 o'clock praying for Newcastle to drop points on the timeline, guys. Don't be doing that to yourself. Newcastle are going to beat Ipswich, so don't be doing this. Don't be wasting your energy. Apart from that, nobody else is playing today that we have to be interested or concerned about. The next game is Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. In my Mystic Mad predictions, I've done the Newcastle Ipswich game. I've done the Nottingham Forest game against Brentford next Thursday after their semi-final FA Cup. And then I've moved on to game week 35, which is where Man City and Aston Villa come back in. And again, they're at home, both of them, favourable fixtures. So if you want to know how that all ends out, how that all ends up, then the link is pinned at the top of the chat for that video. But yeah, it's a madness. It's not easy. Anything is possible. Well, we got a win today. Like I said, this is all under our control. It's still mathematically, everything is under our control. We're currently 57 points. If we win all of our games, we get Champions League. We don't need to be really looking at other teams if we win all of our games. But I'm pretty sure we all know we're not going to win all of our games. So that's why we're here. But it's always been under our own control. We just need to handle our own business. We got a win today. So let's see what's going on in the chat. Get your votes in the poll as well. 67% going for a Chelsea win, which is lovely. Lovely to see. Thoughts, who would you prefer we go for in the summer, Delap or Gyökeres? Given that Maresca is our manager next season, who do you think will fit into the system perfectly? I don't think either of them fit the system perfectly, if I'm honest. And I don't think either of them are... Well, first of all, I don't think we're getting Gyökeres, realistically. Obviously, Gyökeres has got more goals. He's played in the Champions League. He's also got the Championship going into the Portuguese League, which gives him a little bit of an extra certification because obviously everybody's worried about Portuguese League strikers. And I'm sure those numbers are inflated because I don't think the numbers can get any better than that coming into the Premier League. It's just not going to happen. There is going to be a drop-off. But if the drop-off is 20 goals instead of 50 or whatever the heck he's done, that's not a problem, is it? The problem is with Gyökeres is that as the season goes on more and more, the more I desire an aerial threat. Chelsea, recent history, airily, we've always been a threat. Those big nights in Munich, those big nights at Anfield in the Champions League quarterfinal with Branislav Ivanovic at the double, these are nights I'll never forget. And I always loved about us that on the set pieces, we were a proper threat. I would see us line up. I'd see Drogba. I'd see Ivanovic. I might see Cahill. I might see, Ballack over the years, Alex. I might see, all of these guys lining up. And I just used to think to myself, what a beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight to see these, monstrosities of men lining up ready to attack this corner like their life depended on it. We used to have people with their head on the ground getting booted in the face for cup finals. I don't want us to become too much style and not enough substance. Just like with the manager and at Tottenham. It's too much style, sometimes not enough substance. There's always an important balance to be struck in football. And it's very evident to us that if we're to get the best out of Pedro Neto, who we spent 60 million on, we're going to need an aerial threat, right? If we're to get the best out of Reece James's crossing ability, Enzo's ability to put a good cross in, Cole Palmer's ability to put a good cross in, we need aerial threat. So for me, even defending corners, near post, Didier Drogba, bang, out it goes. Didn't even get past the first man. So for me, that's what we clearly lack, as well as the box movement, as well as the finishing from Jackson. Those are the three things I need to be ticking off. Box movement, finishing, and aerial dominance and ability. And Gyökeres doesn't have the aerial. He's got the finishing, he's got the movement, but he hasn't got the aerial. So because he's not got the aerial, I'm not. Listen, if we bring him in, I'll be buzzing, because at this point, anyone who comes in at this point, especially if we don't get Champions League, I'll be even more thankful to any big name or decent sized name that comes in, right? But I want some aerial ability, and neither him or Delap have that. So we're still gonna potentially be struggling on some of the aerial crosses. So that's my only concern. Neither of them have a lot of goals in the air, and Delap is one of those strikers that I would have behind the main striker. If I was to even just move Jackson out of the equation, if I'm having Delap, I'm bringing in a senior striker ahead of him, so we don't have another young, unproven to this degree at this level of club at our club next season, going for Champions League or whatever we're going for. We're meant to really be going for the league. We're meant to be going for the league title next season, really. To put too much pressure on him, to rely upon him solely, all these things, I'd rather have someone more senior in front of him. Someone that's going to add leadership to the team. Those intangibles as well we're lacking, I'd like to add. So, which I think you can get from strikers. You can get good leaders up front as well. So, yeah, neither of them necessarily fit perfectly. Delap is a secondary option. Gyökeres would obviously have to be a first choice option. So, for me, yeah, neither are perfect. Gyökeres has been enjoying those transitions, that space. In the Portuguese league, and Delap the same at Ipswich. I'm sure both of them would acclimatise themselves. They're both good footballers. They're not technically nasty, so I wouldn't have a massive issue or worry about them in terms of technically. But some acclimatising would have to be done. Maresca's system is nothing like what these other two teams are playing. It's very rigid. It's very, highly possession based. So some adjustment is needed. Isak is the player that technically goes into a possession-based system like this and just walks it for me, because he's just too skillful, he's too techie to not be able to get to grips with this system the quickest. Obviously, we're not getting him, so it's a shame. Osimhen fits Chelsea perfectly. Yeah, do you know what? Listen, I had a lot of reservations about Osimhen last season. And you wouldn't think that he's not done anything in the Turkish league campaign to change my mind. It's not going to be, he already proved himself in Serie A in terms of, winning the Golden Boot or winning the league, or, he's not, the Turkish league is far further down the scale in terms of the quality of league to Serie A. So he's not done anything this season to change my mind. It's actually just watching us that's making me change my mind. But again, we're not going to pay the wages. So as much as I would 100% bring Osimhen in, and that's a big 180 from last summer. Last summer I was like, not sure. But now that I've watched us this season under this manager, I'd bring in Osimhen. I'd bring in Osimhen so quickly. However, I just don't think we're gonna pay the wages. So I don't think we're gonna pay the wages. I really don't. That's the problem. Osimhen, he's a big character, so I think there's a communicator there. There's a leader there. There's someone there that's a disgusting aerial threat. There's somebody there that can turn those half crosses that maybe aren't as accurate as they need to be into goals. There's someone there with pace. There's someone there that will press. He does miss chances, but he does get into good positions. I would take him. He's one of my top options now because we're not getting a sack. I don't want another necessarily young striker because I think we've got a lot of young strikers already in the club. Washington, you know, I haven't given up on Washington. I've not given up on some of the young strikers we already have. But I just want a leader. I want someone to come in and the other players to look at them and be like, oh, this is Chelsea. Fairs. You know what I mean? I want someone to come in and be like, oh, we are serious. Oh, this is not going to be a striker that I have to teach, develop, you know, by the time. No, this is someone that's coming in and he wants the golden boot. This is someone that's coming in that wants the golden boot. This is someone that's coming in that has to deliver straight away. He has the pressure on him. He speaks like he wants to win in the pressers, in the post-match interviews. I want to win trophies. You don't get that if you sign another young striker. They don't come to the post-match presser saying, we need to win this. Oh, I want to win the Premier League. Or they try to cushy it up, you know, or they don't want to talk too much, talk too tough. I want to bring in a winner. I want to bring in a Serie A winner, someone that's won, somebody that knows what winning is and brings it into the group. So there's more pros than cons. There's still cons with Osimhen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying his profile is perfect. There's still cons. But when I was thinking about it the other day it's because I'm watching us. I'm watching us these days. I'm thinking there's no X factor. There's nobody that does something out of nothing. There's nobody to just give me an overhead kick out of nowhere. There's no one to give me a karate kick finish. No one to give me a bullet header. Nobody to drop jaws. I said, yo, the pros outweigh the cons. I'll be honest. Could be, some people will feel, it could be a Lukaku situation where, you know, it's just the two systems don't align, don't fit. It could. Who knows? But I'm willing to take that risk once again. I'll be honest. I'm willing to take that risk once again. I'm on board with it. Obviously, Guirassy would have been a very shrewd signing. I said that last January as well for the price point. But that ship has sailed. So there's nothing we can do about that now. And then it's like, you know, loads of other young strikers that are knocking around. There's some good players out there. I just feel like Jackson this season with his finishing. If Jackson had a normal 14, 15 goal season, then maybe adding a Delap or adding or he had just progressed like a 17 goal season, you know? Then adding Delap or adding one of these young strikers around Europe at Frankfurt or whatnot, I would have been a bit more comfortable. But his season's been so underwhelming. I need a madman. I need a madman up front, personally. All right, cool. Let's see what's going on. What else is happening in the chat? You didn't want him. Don't forget. I just said that, Iceman. You don't need to cry. You don't need to cry. Opinions can change. I have the Nigerian flag in my cupboard. Remember from the deadline day when he was trying to sign? I got the Nigerian flag in the cupboard. As long as he doesn't come trying to, again, he's going to come trying to ask for dumb wages. This is the problem. All I need Osimhen to do is understand you're not a Harry Kane yet, a 300k striker, you know, in terms of your finishing. You're not a Lewandowski. You're not a Suarez. I wouldn't put you in that group. So let's drop that 300k wage demand. Let's bring that down to something sensible. And then we can talk. You know, then we could talk. Let's drop that a little bit lower. Let's drop that a little bit lower. That's all I'm asking for him. Just a little. Would I take Mateta? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would take Mateta. In fact, I would probably prefer Mateta at this point over Delap. Just again, because I want someone that is coming into their prime, someone that reminds me of a Giroud, a little bit more experience. Just someone that gives us a bit of a contrast, better in the air, airily better than Delap as well. I know Delap's got much more potential, but so does everybody else we sign. Just someone that we can hit with a cross. Mateta, yeah, I'd bring him in. He's got 2 years left on his contract. Shouldn't be too expensive. Shouldn't be on massive wages. He's like a Loic Remy, Giroud, French, backup striker Obviously, he'd want to start. I'll call him a competitive striker to be respectful. He's in and around that France squad now, I think, as well. I'd bring him in. Why not Ekiteke? I like him. Stylistically, he probably fits us a lot more than Gyökeres and Delap. So I do like him. It's just, again, it's not a priority for me is to bring in another young forward. Now, it's not to say that the young forward won't bang, though. Young forward might come in here, handle business, bang in 20. That would be beautiful. I do like him. I've seen him against, obviously, Tottenham. I've seen him a couple of times this season. He looks very good. But I just feel like I want someone that I'm guaranteed to get good finishing, good goals. I don't know if I can rely on Ekiteke. I don't know if I could hang my hat on him. Actually, I know going into the season, I wouldn't be hanging my hat on him, actually. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on him. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on Delap. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on these guys. And this is because I want to challenge for a title next season. I know I'm maybe running before I walk because we haven't even qualified for the Champions League. But again, on my timeline, which we should be following, we should be in the Champions League this season and comfortably. So next season, we should be challenging for the league. So I'm not hanging my hat on these guys to challenge for a league. I'd rather hang it on Osimhen. I'd rather hang it on, these type of guys. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to stay on schedule. That's what I'm trying to do. I think we could be dangerously behind schedule. I'm not trying to be behind schedule. Jonathan David is a free. I've never been moved by Jonathan David, but he is going to be free. Obviously, that means that he's going to be another player that gets the big pure profit. I mean, if you're signing him for backup, I don't really care, because at least you're giving me options. But just make sure he's not coming in to be the guy that I depend on. Just make him backup, and then we got more options, and that's no problem. But I'm not a massive fan. So if he's coming in. If you try and dress him up as the guy to rely, if he comes in and that's the big striker, I'll dash this pen at your head. I will literally dash this pen off your head top. I will bounce this pen off your head top if you try and convince me that a Jonathan David free transfer is the big striker that we gotta go and get. Big name striker we gotta go and get. Nah, no thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Keep getting your votes in on the poll. There's not really much more to say on the lineup. I hope Palmer and Jackson can get a goal today. I've said this for the last 3 games now. And I'm still here. I'm still here hoping. Still a whole heap of hopium coming your way with these two. Let's see. Mateta. I've heard about this door giveaway thing. KSI has been cussing his chat for constantly asking for door giveaways. I don't really have a door to give away, I'll be honest. If I did, I would. If I had a door to get, this ain't Monsters Inc. This ain't Monsters Inc. I'm not just got an array of doors at my services here. I don't have just doors lying around to give away. This ain't Monsters Inc. If it was, and I did, I'd give them away. If that's what you need is a door, you could get a door. But I don't have a door. So you don't get a door. I've already answered this. Miz is on holiday at the moment. So that's where he is. He's not doing a watch along today. His community post will say as well. He's on holiday. Let's see what else is being shed. Yeah, super chat, brother. Bro, I'm from Sweden. I'm being a Chelsea fan since childhood. Can you help me get a ticket to the game in Stockholm? Would be a dream. Okay, so if you're from Sweden, your best bet probably would have been to try and sit in the home end and get a ticket there through that club, Dragon Garden. You should have maybe get a membership with them, go through there, system, pretend you're a Dragon Garden fan, get a home ticket, and then go to the game that way. Because if you haven't done that, then the Chelsea way is you need to be at least a member. You need to be at least a member for 48 hours before the tickets go out. Then you need to get the last batch, which is 4 p.m. yesterday on a Friday, which I've already got. I've already got the tickets. And then you go into the waiting room. If you did email me, I did say all of this to you on email. I showed you the Twitter account to follow for all the information. I think it's called Chelsea Waiting Room, etc. Who's always giving you updates. And then that's how you would have got the away ticket. But that is very long. If you live in Sweden, I would just say to you, get the home ticket. But I don't know how you get a ticket to sit in the home end, because I'm not a Dragon Garden fan. And if you haven't got a ticket by now, I don't know if tickets are even still on sale. Again, I would go through Dragon Garden, because it's for Chelsea, you've definitely missed it now, because you had to, again, with Chelsea, you got to do the UEFA declaration form. You got to send that off. All of these things you got to be doing. It's a very short window, and it's definitely expired. So I'd be saying to you, Dragon Garden is your way. Okay. Let's see. Probably still on vivid seats. Yeah, I don't think you can do all that for UEFA competition. I don't know. I don't know if that's just Premier League. Premier League is what everybody was kind of talking about for those. I don't know about all them. UEFA have got their own restrictions and guidelines and rules and all that stuff. So I don't know if you can even get them on that. But yeah. Let me unplug this, because some people are saying my audio still stinks. Wait a sec. Okay, is that better? Maybe it's clearer. I don't know. If it's not, I really do need to remember to just switch out the mics. Keep forgetting to do that. Would you take Muniz from Fulham? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't take Muniz. I wouldn't take Runter. I wouldn't take João Pedro. I wouldn't take Daniel Welbeck. I wouldn't take none of these mid-table strikers. I wouldn't take Jimenez. I want to be dining at the top. You know why? When I look at our targets, I have to then look at Liverpool's targets. I have to look at Arsenal's targets. I have to look at Arsenal's centre-back pairing with our centre-back pairing, with Liverpool's centre-back pairing. I have to be able to look at all of these teams and say, when you bring these players in, can you then go toe-to-toe with Liverpool and Arsenal next season? Can you stand with them throughout the test of time? And if the players that we're mentioning do not at least match or dethrone some of their players, then we're moving in the wrong direction. That's how I see it. You're moving in the wrong direction. I do rate João Pedro. I do. I like João Pedro. However, for us, for what we're missing, we don't need João Pedro. That's my thing. So I do like João Pedro, but I'm not bringing him to Chelsea. So yeah, for me, it's we need to be, you can't have Arsenal get Isak or Liverpool get Isak, or Arsenal get Gyökeres or Liverpool get Gyökeres, etc., etc. And then we roll up with Muniz from Fulham or Jimenez. This is what I'm comparing it to. Because everybody's looking for a striker. So when deadline day comes and the window closes and everybody's rocked up with their new strikers, my club can't be rocking up with Jimenez, and Arsenal have Isak, and Liverpool have Gyökeres or whatever, because that means we're not going to close the gap on them. They have better strikers than us. They've already got better centre-backs. They've already got better goalkeepers. Then they're going to have better strikers. They've already got a more clinical winger in Saka and Salah. Next thing you know, you can't compete. So you can't just be looking at the target and be like, well, that wouldn't be too bad for us. Okay, but what about the rest of the league? Is it matching up with the quality that other people are bringing in? We're already 20 or 25 points off the pace to Liverpool. Are we going to close the gap? You'd like to think we would. pretty decent isn't going to get us a title charge, my brother. Man, I don't need a striker that is in rotation with Jimenez up front. I need a striker that comes in and Jimenez doesn't even exist. Maresca out. His tactics is the reason we are here, says CFC Hefar. All right, cool. That's all the super chats done. We're kicking off at 12:30, guys. 12:30. The manager likes Madueke a lot. How does he not drop him for Sancho? Again, all of the wingers. I spoke about this on TalkSport with Leone Carpenter, the presenter, Jason Cundy. If that episode that went out on Monday. All the wingers seem to be just in rotation, equal opportunity. I don't really want to... I've said statistically, I think Madueke has done the best this season. But again, his best is not good enough for Chelsea. None of the wingers have been good enough for Chelsea this season. I don't really have any serious allegiance or serious anger and animosity for whatever winger pairing is out there if he's done it for tactical reasons, because none of them have played at a level that demands that they start consistently. None of them have provided consistency. I have been just as annoyed with Madueke this season as I have been annoyed with Neto, as I have been annoyed with Sancho. The only thing I say with Madueke is out of the three of them, he is the youngest, he is probably the cheapest, and he is the one that maybe the expectations can be a little bit lower. Sancho is a grown-ass man at this point. He should be delivering. Neto, also a grown-ass man. Well, actually, Neto is, 24? So he's only a couple of years older than Madueke, but he costs 60 million, so there's a little bit more pressure. Whatever. But they're all expected to do more for Chelsea Football Club. Madueke is not a child. He's 22 years old. You know, you're not 17, you're not 18, so you still need to be doing more. Everybody has annoyed me just as much as each other, you know? So for me, I don't really care. If he's made the decision for tactical reasons, then go for it. You know, the substitutions are there. Just if they're not performing, then of course, now make that change at halftime if you have to. People will say obviously Neto's goal came when he went to the right against Fulham. He should be on the right today. Sancho obviously came on the second half. Madueke didn't have a great first half or whatever. Again, maybe, just maybe, and I did kind of point to this in the previous watch along, maybe, just maybe, because Sancho might be going back to Man United and Madueke and Neto might still be here next year, he might just be trying to, you know, use them more often than Sancho because they're going to be the ones he's working with next season. I don't know. But I did say look out for that as a potential. If players that have been on the fence and on the edge, they might not be used as heavily towards the back end because Club World Cup, they could be gone by then. Next season, they could be gone by then. Manager wants to focus on players he's going to be working with next season. All that kind of stuff. But let's see. Maybe that's part of the thinking. He brings on, for instance, he brings on Tyreek George before Christopher Nkunku. He brings on Tyreek George because Christopher Nkunku is not even on his bench. We now see reports that Nkunku could be leaving to Arsenal or Bayern Munich. We already knew he was leaving anyway. He's got a World Cup next year to try and fight back to get in that France squad. So you're prioritizing George over Nkunku. I like that. I agree with that. You should prioritize George. Whether you're having George at the club next season or he's on loan, George has got more of a future at Chelsea Football Club than Nkunku. George is putting in more effort for Chelsea Football Club than Nkunku. George is in better form for Chelsea Football Club than Nkunku. So you pick George over Nkunku. I expect that to continue. If Gusto is available for transfer, who knows? Systematically, if you can't fit him into this inverted right-back position, he can't play centre-back like Acheampong can in a free. Maybe Acheampong gets preference over Gusto for the rest of the season. I don't know. Keep an eye out. I want Mateta at Liverpool, silky and clinical. Great goal against Arsenal at the Emirates the other night. Brilliant finish. That's back-to-back double-digit campaigns for him after last season as well. Yeah, very good. Are you confident your owners have the desire? No, I'm not confident about anything concerning the owners whatsoever to win major honours, or are you just concerned they would be satisfied with being a consistent top 14? The owners have to prove everything. I have no reason to assume that the owners are on anything serious until it is in the realms of reality. I'm not going to sit here and assume. I'm not going to hear, you have to prove it. You have to prove it by producing and building a winning team. You have to prove it by sacking directors that have squandered large amounts of money and replacing said directors with people that have a track record in Campos in winning titles. You've got to prove that by making those big decisions and calls. You've got to prove that by making exemptions for sometimes that wage structure, even though I agree with it mostly. Sometimes there's exemptions that are needed for that wage structure if you do need an Osimhen, etc. And the striker pool is not the biggest, but you still want to improve, you still want to win. So you make that adjustment, you make that slight alteration. You've got to prove these things. You don't prove these things by bringing in more kids. You don't prove these things by spending more money on 17-year-olds who are not helpful for Chelsea winning anything in the near future. On top of already having players that you've bought that are, some of them, ready to compete at the highest level, but can't because they don't have what's around them and it's not balanced. So for me, you got to prove it. And then when you've done it, then we can all be like, thank God, whoosh, these guys actually are serious. They want to win. But I'm not just going to just say you are, just because what? Everything up to this point has been very strategic with the model that you're trying to implement. Even the big 100 million signings, we now understand you had an obligation to spend $1 billion, so that's part of it, and it's amortized. So it's not even like, again, it wasn't like a Roman, put your hand in your own pocket and there you are. I'm not even asking you to do that. I'm not expecting you to do that. I'm not expecting you to be Roman. I'm not expecting you to be in debt. I'm not expecting you to have a crazy wage structure when we've only got a 42k stadium capacity. I'm not asking for any of these things. If you tell me that Osimhen's 300k wages we can't afford, I completely understand that. So then can we look at a Mateta to supplement a young striker like a Delap just to say, okay, we understand that a little bit of experience might be needed. The managers even asked for it. The managers even said this team could do with experience. That is the second manager in consecutive seasons to say this team lacks experience. This team lacks the intangibles. It's not even just me saying it. I'm not just saying it because it's easy to say. The managers are saying it, and it makes sense. If I'm a manager and I'm working week in, week out, I would like some leaders in the team that would help. Thiago Silva, God knows how much he did for this team in a coaching perspective or on the training pitch, or those little bits of advice, those little positioning bits of advice that he'd give other defenders, or just the speeches, the pre-match talk. I know he doesn't speak English, so go to someone else, but pre-match motivational speeches, team talks, all these things. It's very helpful. It's not just a technical game, a tactical game, it's a mental game. So some mentality monsters would be nice. This is all I'm saying. Just make things make sense. If you're going to have crossers, have people that head the ball. Things like this. This is all I'm asking for. This is all I'm asking for. When I see these things, then I'll have no issue. I'll have no issue. But I don't want to hear Chelsea need to sell to buy, and Chelsea don't have enough money for a striker, and then I see 70 million on Quendes and Iguiso. You know what I mean? It's a little bit annoying. All right, let's see what's going on. No, Garnacho's not the answer. You're damn straight. And I'd like profiles to start matching, you know what I mean? If you're looking for a winger and the profiles are consistent and consecutive, then fair. But when you're linked with Elise one summer and then the next winter you're linked with Garnacho, I'm a little bit concerned. I have to be a little bit concerned. You know what I mean? Are you okay in the head? All of the wingers that we're linked with, it seems none of them have put up double-digit goal campaign. So that means I need a gunman up front. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Squad building is all over the shop. Chelsea's experienced players are the worst players. Facts, because they're not good. No one asked for Dewsbury Hall. No one said, oh, we're going to bring Tosin on a free and he's going to be one of the leaders. No, we brought him on a free because he was cheap. And he was Premier League proven to a degree, so he's just a squad player. But no one said, oh, Tosin's going to lead Chelsea to the Premier League title. He's Tosin from Fulham. You can't say, oh, because all of our experienced players are washed, now we should never sign the experienced players again. Yes, Aubameyang was the poor decision. His track record at Arsenal, missing meetings and turning up late for training, should have told you that. Sterling, kind of made sense that he'd kind of want to chill with his family in London. That wasn't really the smartest move. Kind of said that at the time. What is his motivation for coming here when he's won everything at Man City? It doesn't really make sense. So you're either bringing in players that have something to prove and have been leaders, but need to, kick on, but have the quality to do so, that you're bringing them in, or you're getting your Thiago Silvas, or, but this is, again, you got to do your due diligence. You got to look into these people. That's what it's all about. That's part of the scouting. It's not for me, who don't get to see these people face to face, or don't get to go directly to the game and speak to the coaches that manage them. This is your job. This is what Luis Campos does. He goes to the games. He watches them up close. He speaks to agents. He speaks to... Don't come to me, the YouTuber, and be like, oh, you didn't do your due diligence on Aubameyang's personality. Didn't want him anyway, but just as an example. I don't have contacts to talk to Aubameyang's close circle. You do. That's your job. You're a director. You're meant to know what they eat for breakfast, what they eat for dinner, how they train, how they move, how they breathe. Do they breathe through their nose? Do they breathe through their mouth? That's your job. If you get that wrong, that's part of your job. So when people are talking about, oh, it's not just about the technical level. You're meant to know them on a mentality level. You're meant to know these things. That's what it is. It's not an easy job. That's why you need the best of the best. You can't cheap out with this position. It's not an easy job. But you need to know these things. There's a reason why Liverpool will say, or they might, I like that player, but I'm not going to sign him because up here he's not all there. Cool. You got to trust your directors, but this is the decisions that you got to make. When I'm hearing Lawrence Stewart's quotes on Disasi talking about this guy's aggression, look at the way he communicates in the back line. That was your research. That was your research, right? That's what you did. You presented it on the PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. You presented it to the other directors. Disasi is a big communicator. He's going to be a great defender for us. Look at the way he slide tackles. Look at the way he communicates and barks. Look at the way he cheers after slide tackles. We need this. Cool. That was your research. You handed in your paper at 12 o'clock. We've marked your paper. We've seen Disasi. We've seen that we play a high line. We see that we're a possession-based team. We see that you've hired a manager that needs quick defenders, that needs to press from the front, because there's no way you can counter-press without bringing the line up. And then we've seen that Disasi's here, unfortunately, from previous regime. Oh, he doesn't make sense. Oh, well. Oh, well. That's you're not going to pass the paper, are you? This is where it is. Welcome to the world. You know what I mean? Welcome to the world. Even Pochettino, you know what I mean? Counter-pressing manager. Disasi, can't do that. Can't play in a high line. Slow as hell. You have to drop the line. Can't press as much. Hey, this is on you. It was never going to make any sense. Why are Liverpool one of the best pressing teams in modern time and they've got Van Dijk and Konate in their back line? Quick. Why? Why can Barcelona with a German pressing manager in Flick play the highest line in Europe? Why? Because they probably got quick defenders. Probably. Again, this is the basics. You know what I mean? This is the basics. But this is not for me to know. This is for you to know. You appoint the manager. You know the tactics. You know the system he plays. You should therefore know the players and personalities needed. Young manager. This is you, man. This is you, man. This is you. This is you, bro. This is you. Thoughts on Madrid wanting Enzo and McAllister? What? I ain't seen this. I ain't seen that, to be honest. Obviously, I've always known that Enzo could be linked with Madrid. I've always said, even when Enzo were going through his roughest patch, and people were like, okay, maybe we should get rid of him, right? That conversation was going on. And understandably so, because maybe it wasn't going to work tactically or whatever. But I've always said, if Enzo doesn't work out here, I can see him in a Real Madrid shirt. People laugh. People laugh at me. You're not laughing now, are you? You know what I mean? It's one of those ones. I can see it. He just got that vibe about him. Real Madrid. For me, it makes sense. You're missing that Toni Kroos. I'm not saying he's Toni Kroos. He's not. He's nowhere near. Nowhere fucking near, guys. Nowhere near. However, long-range passing, chance creation, from deep, that vision. He's got it. He's got it. Whether you like it or not, he's got it. And there may never be... I mean, we're lacking Toni Kroos, Thiago, Modric, Xavi, Iniesta. Those passes are gone, you know, right? Look at the landscape. We ain't got those passers anymore of the football. Cesc Fabregas, we don't have that. So yes, Real Madrid will be looking at Enzo Fernandez to be that passer. Yes. He's not up there with the greats. Not even near. Nowhere fucking near. Right? But that is the current landscape of football. And in the current landscape of football, when you look across him as a 23-year-old, he is one of the next ones up to play that pass. Again, you don't have to like it. You don't have to accept it. But this is the fucking reality. This is the reality. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. This is where we're at. We need a Pedri. Yeah, but Pedri's not going to Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Go across world football right now and name me 10 elite level passers from midfield. Give me in the chat 10 elite level passes from midfield. We're talking your Iniestas, your Xavis in the current day. In the current day. And I'm telling you, you're going to struggle and you're going to realize Enzo Fernandez is going to be on that list. And that is the reality. So the fact that I've even seen Bruno Fernandes is you know, this is what we're talking about. No disrespect, he's having a great season. But we're talking now Bruno Fernandes. We were talking Xavi a minute ago. We were talking Thiago, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Xavi. This is what we were talking about, guys. The first name came up was Bruno Fernandes. So this is all. Don't talk about Kevin De Bruyne. You know he's done at the top level. No, I'm talking about players that would move to Real Madrid tomorrow. Players that would move to Real Madrid tomorrow, that are ready to perform tomorrow. And look at the names in the chat. Look at the names. Case in point. Someone just said Odegaard. Case in point. Case in point, guys. There's not many. Thomas Partey, 31 years old with an injury record. Next. You see? You see how you're struggling? So Enzo Fernandez is a Real Madrid level passer in this day and age. Yes. He will be at Real Madrid. If he doesn't work out at Chelsea, that's where he's going. I'm seeing Santos. He's not even... Andre Santos. Andre Santos is not a better passer than Enzo Fernandez. Vitinha. McAllister. Look at this. Barella. He ain't leaving Italy. João Neves, Vitinha, just moved to PSG. But yeah, look, see? He's struggling. See what I mean? Hey. You see what... Someone said Declan Rice. Don't piss me off. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? It ain't easy. Look at this. Look at the way we're struggling. Look at the way we're struggling, guys. You see? It ain't a joke. We had 10 players in the Spain national team alone. That's before we even got to Pirlo. That's before we speak Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. We had 10 players in the Spain national team alone. Some of them weren't even making the squad. Juan Mata, David Silva, Santi Cazorla, Xabi Alonso. I'm naming the bench players. I'm not even naming starters. And they're... Yo, you see what I'm talking about? Guys, I rest my case. No, the chat are struggling because the names that they're bringing are not levels. This is, yes, the chat are struggling. You can put names in the chat, but you're struggling because the quality of the names from a passing perspective. None of these players in the chat can do what Fabregas did away at Burnley. The ball is coming out of the sky from Branislav Ivanovic. Schürrle is making a run, and all he has to do is this. All he has to do is this. The ball is coming out of the sky. None of your players can do that. None of your players can do that, guys. None of your players can do that. So you are struggling, I'm afraid. You know, nobody can do that. What I just did, nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. Menu, don't piss me off. We struggling. We struggling. Modric. Modric Travella. Modric Travella. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Come on. Paul Pogba. Ay, Jesus. Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba? Oh. Guys, please. Don't insult us. Paul Pogba? Come on, man. Paul Pogba, man. Come on. Pogboom. Kevin De Bruyne? Oh. Oh, god damn. We were blessed. God damn. God damn. Nah, bro. Yeah, we're in the mud. We are actually well and truly in the mud. So this is what I'm saying. This is the point I'm making. It's mad. We had a lot, man. We had a lot going for us as a sport. Oh, we had a lot going for us, man. We had so much potential as a sport. Oh, dear. It's crazy, bro. These names that I'm naming. Yeah, man. And this is only in the last 10 years. It's crazy. Am I prepared to lose today? See, now people are just taking a piss. Man, I'm talking about Jamie Vardy and Romelu Lukaku. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you lot are taking a piss. So this is what I'm saying. This is my point, right? There isn't many out there. So Enzo Fernandez is on Real Madrid's list. And now you understand why I said that. Now you understand. So credit to Chelsea for getting him. It's why I like our midfield. I've always said it. I like our midfield. If Lavia could stay fit and we recall Santos and one more of them development Okachukus or Iguisos or in it, one more. I'm loving our midfield. Real Madrid rebuild midfield. You remember when I said it? I love our midfield. Our midfield has so much quality. Just have to make it make sense, which I think we've done this season a lot better than last. And Lavia has to stay fit and Santos just has to come in and provide that goal threat and that box-to-box nature and we're living life. You know? The problem is the ambition and the quality with the midfield. They didn't apply it to the rest of the team. They just didn't seem to make it make sense for the rest of the team. It's like they got really excited with the midfield, ran out of money, and then was like, oh, shit. Oh, here we go with the defense. Oh, here we go with the attack. Here we go with the goalkeeper. I'm like, yo, you got off to such a great start. Why have you started pissing about now? Doesn't make any sense. It actually doesn't make any sense. I'm going to take lineups off the screen. I'm going to close that poll. We are now not far from kickoff. 10 minutes out. I'm going to be redirecting you to Big Six tomorrow, 4 o'clock. The Mob, me, Turkus, Fuad making his debut on the Mob, representing Tottenham and Grizz. Okay, so Fuad is going to be making his debut. Fuad Kadani is making his debut on the watch along for the first time. So we're going to get his reactions. We're going to see what he's saying. We've had Cams. I think we've had Cams, and then Fuad is our second guest, I believe. We're taking it slow first season. Right, what's going on? What do you think about the links with selling Santos? I don't worry about the links to sell Santos. I don't worry about all that, to be honest. I think there's more than enough. I think, look, so far, for all of my anger towards the recruitment and the balancing of the squad, tactically, technically, mentally, they haven't yet sold anyone that they've purchased that we rate. They've tried to sell, and they failed. Disassi, right? Let's see how they do. Again, they get credit for selling Mount, Lewis Hall, Havertz, selling players that were already before them. Before they arrived, they already had their status, their player of the years, their Champions League final goals. Well done. You sold players that you didn't buy. The real difficulty will be, how do you sell Sanchez this summer? How do you sell Disassi? How do you sell if you want Badiashile? How do you sell if you want Mudryk or Madueke? How much do you get? This is where we start to see now your high influx of players in. Can you do high influx of players out that you've purchased? Sterling, right? Let's see how you do. Then after that, let's see how you do with identifying the good players that you've been developing like Santos and then integrating them at Chelsea and not selling them for profit. Let's see that you do that, because that's important now. Petrovic. I don't want to see Petrovic sold for 30 million. I don't want to see Santos sold for 50 million. Then we're going to have more conversations about what are you actually trying to do. Are you trying to make us better, or are you trying to make us profitable? So But I'm not going to start cussing them for things that haven't happened. I'm cussing them for things that have happened, things that they are doing. But I'm not going to cuss them for Santos' sale because they've not sold Santos. So let's see Santos. He's here. He's our player. More than enough games to go around. I think everybody wants to see him next season. I think everybody likes him. He's got a bit of leadership. He's got different profile to add to midfield. If we're playing in Europa or Champions League, more than enough games to go around. I'm not going to start cussing about something that hasn't happened. So as far as I'm concerned, Santos is a Chelsea player and Santos will be here next season. If he's not, we'll talk then. That will be breaking news live stream. If Santos is sold, that will be a breaking news live stream straight away. I don't care where I am in the world. I'll be here, live and direct. I will be here and I will be angry. But until that happens, there's no need to stress. Because in my opinion, there's enough room for him. There's definitely enough room. How many times this season have we needed Caicedo to take a rest? How many times this season have we needed Enzo to be looked after better? Lavia's injured. There's definitely game time there. I've grown up on Chelsea team with Essien, Makalele, Lampard, Ballack, Mikel. As long as you're competing at the highest level, playing high-level games every couple of days, there's game time. Not to mention a Club World Cup. So you only have this problem if you're in Conference League on Thursday and Andre Santos doesn't want to play Conference League. If you're not performing as a top-level club or you have one game a week because you're not playing Europe, then yes, there's problems. This is why we need to be competing at the highest level. If you're competing at shit level, shit players, will be there. Because they're the only players that will be happy to play those Conference League minutes. Top players or top potential players don't want to play in Conference League. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Right, let me log into this thing. We're kicking off in 6 minutes. What are we doing? Whoa. There we go. We got the timer ready to go. There we go. Cool. We're going to be ready to go, people. Santos is only 20. Yep. But he's wanted by Bayern Munich already. And he was wanted by Barcelona in the very first preseason we had him. I was waxing lyrical about Santos in his second preseason game. That's all I needed. 2 preseason games, and I said, this guy, he's something special. No doubts. Well done to the recruitment. You scouted him. You've developed him. A lot of the players you've scouted, you failed to develop. I don't need to go through the list. But this is the one player, maybe a couple of others, but one player that you've actually managed to get to stage 2. You've signed, you've developed. Now, the final step, integrate. Only when you've achieved those 3 steps, or instead of integrate, pure profit, right? Profit from. Those 3 steps, if you've got through those 3 steps, then that's when you're operating at a high level for a project. You can scout. You can scout loads of players. You can bring them in. If you do not develop them, there is no point in scouting them. If you do not profit or integrate them, there is no point in developing them. So you have to do all 3. It's not, oh, they scouted these guys, they're so great. Hey, no, you've not developed them. How am I meant to know if Washington's any good? You've not developed him. So you have to develop. And that's when the praise is coming. When you've developed and sold or integrated. So until you've done all that, there is no reason for me to be getting my knickers in a twist and stripping for these directors. And Santos is the one that they've actually developed. Now it's integrate or sell on for profit. My preference would be you integrate. Unless somebody comes in with an £80 million bid, then hey, there's your profit. It will be sad, but if it's 80 million, I would understand. But I would still be pretty sad because I do really want to see this player. Because I'm now emotionally attached. I'm now emotionally attached to Santos. I want to see Santos play for Chelsea Football Club. That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's see. We're going to profit. No, we're not going to profit off. I mean, Enzo Fernandez, it's a big fee, you know. So you can maybe profit on the book value. You're not going to profit on the actual transfer fee. But yeah, you're not always going to be able to profit if you spend that amount of money. You're not going to profit off Mudryk, are you? So, you know, it depends on the player. But I'm talking about the teenagers that we buy. I'm not talking about World Cup winners and starters. And I'm talking about when you're buying these teenagers, you got to develop them. Then you got to integrate or profit from them. You got to tick all those boxes. If you don't develop them, you won't profit. You won't integrate. The starters that you're bringing in, ideally, they don't even all need developing in the first place. Hot take, if James can't stay fit, we should sell. The thing is, when people talk about the whole selling of the injury-prone players, I get it, with like Lavias and whatnot, but you know what? You can't sell injured players. That's the thing. You cannot sell injured players. You certainly can't sell them for good prices. So, you know, they won't pass their medicals. They'll probably be injured when you're trying to sell them. It's not easy to sell injured players at all. So, you're more likely to maybe loan them and get loan fees. And then they got to prove their fitness. And then they might be bought and purchased and all that stuff. Which manager would you bring in instead of Maresca? I'm not thinking about that. I'm just focused. I'm not thinking about a new manager. I don't enjoy the new manager discussion. I'm very bored of it. We've had about 4 managers in 3 years under this ownership. I'm not interested in the manager talk. I want Champions League football, and I want to just get to the end of the season. I'll judge him then. I've said all I have to say on the manager. I don't really have anything more to say, but I'm not thinking about our next manager. There's no need. And from speaking to Jason Cundy on TalkSport, who does comms for Chelsea games, Chelsea TV and whatnot, when I was speaking to him, the sounds of it is Maresca was meant to be and is here for 2 seasons minimum because we have a Club World Cup in the summer. And they don't want to do a managerial change during the Club World Cup. So the new manager, would he come in before the Club World Cup? Would he come in after? Would he have time on the training pitch to implement it? We're starting all over again with the system, the implementation. So they're not trying to do that. That's why they sacked Poch last summer, because they didn't want Poch to have this season and next season. That's why they sacked him. So now they've hired someone for minimum 2 seasons. That is what I was told from Jason Cundy, who knows, you know, he works with the club. And that's my understanding. So that's what I expect to happen. Now, like I said, if we could at least change the director, because that doesn't have any influence on the tactics. That doesn't have any influence on the management of the team. If we could change the directors to Campos and he could oversee the rest of the season, then he could decide what we need next season with this manager, even if this manager wasn't leaving, but with a better director who would give him better tools so we can judge him even better because he has everything he needs aerially, on the ground, defensively, attacking, etc. No holes in the team, no depth problems in attack, in a striker position. Then next season, Maresca's under pressure, even though he's young, even though he's only in his 2nd Prem season. Sorry, you're under pressure. We're monitoring you. Then we can judge you at the end of next season, and then we can make the change manager if that's the case. But, you know, like I said, there's a lot going on, and none of that will happen. Right, have we kicked off? We have kicked off. All right, cool. Let me get the timer on screen. We've kicked off, guys. Timer, I'm going to go 30 seconds. Am I going to get that timer on screen in time? I don't know. Going to try my best. Might be a little bit off, but this is roughly where we're at the moment. Actually, we might be all right, you know. We might be all right, guys. No, we're not. Yeah, let me do the timer again. I'm way off. I'm like over a minute in. Yeah. All right, cool. Smash up all the icons if you haven't already. Time is getting reset again, but we are live. We are watching Chelsea in possession. About to hit the 1 minute 30 mark. Let me just update this. This should be absolutely bang on now. Yeah, there we are. Let's do this. All right, let's go. Madueke is on the left wing. So if you're just watching now, we kicked off. This is where we're at. Madueke is on the left wing. So Neto's on the right wing. I don't think I've really ever seen Madueke at left wing in a Chelsea shirt. So that's new. Let's see how he plays there. Cucurella fizzing it into Jackson. Now Chalobah. So as you can see in possession, Caicedo and Lavia in the pivot. You got the back three as expected with Chalobah, Colwell and Cucurella. So that's your 3-2 build-up. And then Enzo's probably in the half space, maybe on the right with Palmer on the left, is it? No, Palmer's on the right and Enzo maybe is on the left. So Palmer's in the right, half space. Yep, Enzo's on the left. Madueke's at left wing, Neto's at right. Oh, unlucky. That was almost a perfect pass switch from Enzo, just a little bit under hit. Neto out there, all types of space on that right-hand side. So my initial thinking as to why he's done that is because Ndiaye is a bigger threat on the left than whoever's on the right for Everton. They might not even have a proper right midfielder. And he probably trusts Neto's tracking back more than Madueke. So he's probably... Go on, Madueke. So he's probably... two things. He's probably trusting Neto's tracking back to deal with Everton's most dangerous winger to double up with Caicedo. That's the first thing. The second thing is, obviously, we know Esteval's coming in the summer. Who is the left-footed... Like, who is going to play left wing? Between Neto and Madueke. Neto's already tried out there. Can Madueke play left wing? If he can't, he has to either compete with Esteval and Neto has to go left wing, or he has to be sold and Neto and Esteval compete at the right wing, and then we have different left wingers. So I think he's maybe just looking to see if Madueke can do something on the left. Maybe like a Leroy Sané did at Man City. You know, Ryan Giggs at Man United, a Gareth Bale at Tottenham. Let's see if he can do anything on the left as a left footer, because we've got Esteval coming in, and one of Neto or Madueke is going to have to go out there. So let's see. So there's two reasons. There's two reasons as to why they might need to go out there. No, we shouldn't be behind. I'm at 4.5 minutes. You're at 4.5 minutes. We're all good. Cross is going to come in from Everton. I need a clean sheet today. I said a 1-0. I think Grizz said 2-1 win for Chelsea. I said 1-0 win for Chelsea. I do feel like this is... I feel like everybody's saying either 2-1 Chelsea, 1-0 Chelsea, or 1-1. I feel like that's the most frequent scores I've heard. Oh my God. That's a foul on the goalkeeper, surely, no? That's the most frequent scores I've heard. So let's see. I've gone 1-0. Oh, actually, no. Sanchez just got a hold. You know, he come out to collect that. Then he's kind of dropped it. And then it's become a battle physically. Jackson's lost it on the hold-up. Jackson's always standing right in the middle of the centre circle, just in that line, in the same eye-line vision of Levi Colwell as the middle centre-back to just play those straight passes through the heart of the Everton team, or any team, really. And then we're looking for passing options from there. Here's Caicedo. Am I doing the Barca Madrid game? No, I'm not. I'm not doing that game. I thought about doing it, but I've got a few other things I really need to do. I've got a lot of work on my plate that I've got to get done behind the scenes. So I just need to do it. It's not stuff I want to do, so I really just need to do it. It's one of those things, if you don't do it this weekend, it's just going to be... And I got to go... And I'm going to Sweden next week for the game, and I'm vlogging that, so I ain't got time to be doing it next week. I need to do it now, to be honest. Here's Chalobah, Palmer. Colwell, Cucurella, Sanchez, Lavia. Ooh. Tried to split the... Ooh. Enzo's doing up splits. Man's trying to do the splits. All I need today is for Lavia to remain fit and healthy. And... yeah, just fit and healthy and no injuries, no issues, no problems. That's all I need. I don't think it'll be 0-0. Yeah, I know some people feel like this is a 0-0. Nah, I don't think so, man. I do think there's definitely a goal in this game. It's not going to be easy. Might take ages. Might take up until like the 70th minute, 60th minute. Might be 0-0 at half time. But I definitely think we'll get a goal. Not saying we'll get 2, but I think we can just about get a goal. But let's see. Here's Lavia. Neto. So really, apart from the Madueke Neto swap, oh, unlucky Neto. That's the only surprising thing. And I guess, again, it's another thing I didn't mention, but is he just trying to get more goals in the team? Can Madueke be a goal threat, making those out-to-in runs or back post better than Neto did on the left wing? And actually, because Madueke is not really trying to cross as much as he shoots. He wants to score goals more than he crosses. And he's not a great crosser. Whereas Neto wants to cross more than he shoots. But we know Neto will shoot more on the right than on the left. But Madueke maybe will shoot regardless. So again, is it a way of trying to get more goals into the team to say, right, we know Neto's goals always come from the right. But can Madueke be on the back post or can he get goals from the left? So I do like it. It's something different. It's something I want to see. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Because everybody always says Neto's better on the right. So, yeah, let's see. We know Sancho's not getting goals from either flank that much. And we know Jackson's not getting goals either at the moment. So we need goals from the flanks. So maybe this is the way to do it. He's tried Sancho both flanks. He doesn't score. Madueke's got more goals. Yes, probably some stat padding here and there, but he's got more goals. So let's see. Let's see. I'm pretty happy with the... I'm happy to just see something different. Here's Palmer. Oh, nope. Unlucky. It's a good pass in behind. Was that from Colwell? I think it was. Levi Colwell. Let me know in the chat. Was that pass from Levi Colwell into Palmer? I think it was. Felt like a left footer spray. Here is Enzo Fernandez. Great tackle. Plays it to... If Mystic... Yeah, if Mystic Ma's going to be correct, by the way, we need to win this game. I didn't predict for Everton to take points off us today. So, I'm going to need these 3 points. Yeah, it felt like a Levi pass. I was watching the run. Oh, here's Palmer. Jackson. Okay, there's a bit of space. You need to get a shot off. Get a shot off now. Oh. It's going to be a corner. Corner for Chelsea. Corner for Chelsea, guys. Corner for Chelsea. Taken short. Lavia. Ball in. And Levi Colwell back post out for another corner. I'm happy with our start. I'm happy with our start so far, guys. Got another corner to take. Enzo Fernandez is going to whip it in. Come on, guys. Big up the chat. Corner comes in from Enzo. Headed away. Lavia. Caicedo. All I need from Lavia is fitness and health until the end of the season. Honestly, I'm not even asking for any performances now. I just need fitness and health from him until the end. Just seeing him out on the pitch is just so refreshing. But I can't get too emotionally attached because I don't need to be dealt a blow again where this brother's injured. It's actually a good cross again from Neto, but Madueke is on the end of it and he's not necessarily going to be giving us a bullet header. It's a nice pass out from Cucurella. I like our build-up today. I like the way we're playing. It's just the finishing touch has got to be there. Obviously, there's no Maresca on the touchline, so the assistant coach is out there. I don't know what his name is. I don't really care. CW, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to know our set-piece coach and all this assistants, bruv. But yeah. Oh, is that Willie Caballero? Is that him? Oh my God. I didn't even clock him, you know. No way is that him. Oh my days. I remember he is in the coaching team, but I thought he was a goalkeeping coach. So I didn't think he'd be the assistant. I didn't think he'd be so like prominent on the bench. I was like, yo, WC. And then I see in the chat, wow, what's he doing there? Why is he like, oh, unlucky Madueke. Unlucky on his weaker foot. Why is he standing up like the big bollocks? Why is he standing up like the big bollocks? I thought he was the goalkeeper coach. You go sit your ass down, man. What's the goalkeeper coach doing standing up on the touchline? Big Willie, you know. Hey. Pause in the chat. Madueke taking a shot on the weaker foot and a good shot. What's the goalkeeper coach doing up there, man? Corner comes in. Enzo. Oi, come on. You got to flick that on. That was actually a good delivery. There's no one in your way. Everton on the break. Out for a throw. Man, am I saying new gaffer unlocked? What the heck is that man doing on the bench? Everyone's bored in that coaching staff as well. That's why that's so funny. They're all just bored. Right, Madueke on the left. Enzo. Good, well done. I'm enjoying Enzo in that left pocket. I'd like to think that we don't get done on the transition with Lavia, Cucurella and Caicedo shielding Chalobah and Colwell. I'd like to think. That's enough. That's 5 players there. Should be able to deal with a transition. Everton shouldn't be throwing up loads of players forward. "15 minutes in. All right, Cucurella's been twisted up there. Win that. Good. Nice. Good. I'm very happy with our start. Just needs a goal. Sunny day, Stamford Bridge, home game. Early kickoff. Oh, my days. Out for a goal kick. Oh, dear. Oh, dear me. Yeah, the chat's going off, man. Chat's lost their mind. I got people in the chat saying it's big willy, big bollocks. It's all sorts of madness going on in the chat. Here's Jackson. Oh, do you know what? Even there, just pull the trigger. Jackson's got to pull the trigger more often. You're on the edge of the area. You're on your right foot. Hit it. Pull the trigger across goal. I can see the shot from here. Why are you playing out wide? You're a striker. I want you to be hungry for goals. I want you to be more selfish. You're on the edge of the area. You're just outside the box. You're on your right foot. Pull the fucking trigger. Why are you playing out wide for? For what? Pull the trigger. I've seen many a man score from that distance. Why can't you shoot? He doesn't want to shoot. He's always looking to play it off to someone. Cool, I understand playing it off at the halfway line. Why are you playing it off on the edge of your box? Shoot. You're facing the goal. You're on your right foot. Shoot. This is what you're here to do. It's mad. Man don't want to shoot. Where have they put Maresca, bruv? They've put him in the trenches. Why is that man can barely see the pitch? Man's behind bars. What kind of GRM daily is this? Man's behind bars. Man can't see nothing. What, is he meant to have a good view of the pitch there? We couldn't get Maresca some box seats. Lord have mercy. Maresca looks like he's in prison. He looks like he's got the worst seats in the house. Man can't see shit. What in the world is going on there? Oh my goodness. He chose to go there, yeah? Oh my days. Wow. That brother can't see anything. I see like the light, you know the light that they have in school? They used to have in school, them long flat lights at the top of the ceiling. Man's got one of them ahead of him. Man's got the gates and in front of him, the railings. Man's got the roof right on his head top. Can't even see the sky, can't even see the sun. Getting the good shade. For all I know, he might not even be in. He might be sitting in the shed end or the Matthew Arden. He can't even see on the other end of the pitch. Here's Neto. Nah, them seats are nasty. As a paying supporter, I wouldn't even want them seats. And I would never think. I thought the manager would be getting the best seats. You think, yo, manager's sitting somewhere, I want to sit there too. I'm not trying to sit where he's sitting. My God. Fourth corner. We need a goal though. We all know how this goes, guys. Play well, look good, create chances, don't score. Other team comes back into the game. Corner comes in. Jackson. Oh, he's not trapped it. I got egg here as well. I got scrambled egg. I didn't have time to eat it. I was trying to get my protein in before the stream. It's a bit late now. Oh, man. Oh, man. Right side. 20 minutes. About to hit the 20-minute mark, guys. We need this opening goal. I don't want to start seeing the next 5-10 minutes Everton starting to get a feel for the ball, starting to get on the ball and die, starting to, get confidence and creating chances, set pieces and corners and free kicks and all this. Nope. I don't want none of that. We want evil Saka. Brother, listen, if Jackson don't start letting off some shots, I'll be very much ready to make the change come the second half, 50, 60 minutes if he's not shooting and he's in shooting positions. 100%. I don't have time for this nonsense. Because you know something, that Tyreek George shot, Jackson's has taken a touch against Fulham. No doubt. No doubt Jackson's taken a touch. He's not shooting first time. He's going to take a touch because the ball wasn't on the ground properly. It was kind of up in the air a little bit. So he's taking a touch to control that. Then he's going to look. He's definitely going to take a touch. Then he's probably going to take another touch. And then he's either going to get pressed and have to pass. or something else. I don't know. But he ain't shooting first time. Not a chance. And then it's not 1-1. And then if it ain't 1-1, is it even 2-1? Maybe the confidence is gone by the time we need that 2-1 to get the 1-1. These things matter in football. Would I take Watkins? Watkins isn't really on my list, no. Watkins is not on my list. I wouldn't really be looking at Watkins personally, stylistically. He's 29, so yeah, cool. He's ticking experience box, but I don't know. I feel like Watkins, there's a danger that his trajectory might just be about to drop down a little bit. I don't know about... I got this weird feeling about Watkins, especially when I was watching him earlier on the season. He's missing some big chances. I got this weird feeling about Watkins, especially with the way the managers just started to freeze him out a bit, and Rashford's there, and Duran was kind of starting to take his spot. I got this weird feeling about Watkins that he's about to drop his level a bit. I have a feeling he's about to have a little down period. I don't see many more 20 goal seasons coming for Watkins. Like, I don't think Watkins is about to explode. He's not entering his prime. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Watkins is just about over his prime and might just be about to take a dip. And I don't think that's what we need right now, personally. I don't know why. It's just a suspicion I have. It's just a little suspicion. Like, at least with Osimhen, you know, still really young, entering his prime. Gyökeres, firmly in his prime. You know, that Isak in his prime. I want players in their prime to lead the line. If we're going with players that are older, they wouldn't be costing 60 mil, like Mateta. Mateta's not even old. He's 27. He's in his prime, you could say. But if you're going with an older player, I'd probably then be like, okay, they need to be cheaper. They need to be cheaper on the wages. They could be a solid backup, like a Giroud, like a Loic Remy, that type of profile. I don't mind if they're 30, but they got to be backup if they're not going to be in their prime. But with Watkins' wages and his transfer fee, I don't think I'd be too comfortable with all that. I don't think I'll be too comfortable. Everton, backhill from Beto and Dye. They're starting to link up. Everton starting to get themselves a bit more confident now. It's great defending from Caicedo on the back post. Good header away from Chalobah. Good defending. We had that 20-minute spell. Wissa. I got a lot of respect for Wissa. I said at the start of the season, him and Mbeumo, you know, they're giving you goals, they're giving you output. Obviously, I think if you're looking at a Brentford forward for a top team and a top move, you're looking at Mbeumo. I think his skill set is much more in line with a top team. He's got a little bit more tech about him. He's a bit more, you know, he's a bit more teched out. He's a little bit more ready to make that jump to a team that's possession-based and all that good stuff. Wissa just falls into that backup striker category, you know. Wouldn't have him as a starter, but if you told me he was our backup striker to a big name and we didn't trust Jackson to be clinical, so we wanted an experienced backup striker, then that's one of the guys that you're maybe looking at, Wissers and Matetas and players like that. I feel like Wissa in particular, he probably is where he belongs at Brentford. I could see him, if Mbeumo left, I could see Wissa leading the line and getting a nice amount of goals and doing very well for himself at Brentford. I don't think he needs to necessarily make a move up. I think he could do it. I think he does well there. You think Wissa's a better finisher? Well, I think Mbeumo's skill set is definitely better than Wissa's, and he's younger as well. I think Mbeumo's a lot younger than people would think. Here's Cucurella. Oh my days. Oh, damn. Cucurella just didn't really catch it, and then Palmer didn't get a touch. And that's the kind of scrappy, nasty goal that Palmer needs. Just get a little touch on a shot, bundles into the net. Oh, man. That's all you need. I'd take Mateta. Yeah, I'd probably have Mateta over Wissa as a backup, personally. But, yeah. Pickford clears. It's a good clearance. Beto's holding it up. Good tackle from Chalobah. Very happy with our defense today. Shoot, Jackson! Yeah! Yeah! This is why I tell you to fucking shoot! Yes! Come on! I told you to shoot, brother! I told you to fucking shoot! Come on! This is what I'm telling you. Touch, shoot! Right foot outside the box. Take a shot. Come on! What a finish from Nicholas Jackson. Just as we were eyeing up strikers, just as we're talking in Buemos and Wissers and Matetas, Jackson says, I'm still alive and kicking. 10th goal of the season, double digits. Come on. About fucking time. You're late. And you're not. Lateness is greatness. You're very late, brother. Oh, my days. I don't want to hear about a foul. This is the Premier League. Get up, Beto. I don't want to hear about no foul. Get up. Ball one. Enzo assist. Touch, turn, shoot. Bottom corner. Off the post and in. Brilliant goal. Brilliant. Come on. Oh, my days. Come on, man. That's what I'm asking for. Shoot your damn shot. Oh, Jackson. We've been waiting. Jesus. This is what we've been waiting for. Take your damn shot, man. Ah. Enzo Fernandez assist. Pretty simple for him. How many times today has Jackson been in that position? In that centre part of the goal. Receive. You're facing the goal. You've got to turn. Usually he plays out wide. Or nah, not this time. Finally. Come on. That was a great goal. 1-0, right on time, guys. That's a big goal in this game. Big goal, man. I can't tell you how big that goal is. That's a massive goal. Massive goal. Oh, man, we needed that badly, man. We've watched Chelsea too often this season have good 20 minutes, and then they can't. Oh, beautiful pass from Lavia. Enzo. Oh, unlucky. We've seen it too many times from Chelsea, man, where they don't capitalize off the good start, and then things go wrong and everybody's laughing at us. What's going on here? Oh, needed that goal, man. Needed that goal. That is what he has to do. There's a striker coming in regardless, but if you don't want us to be talking about two strikers, you're gonna need to shoot, and you're gonna need to score some more goals. I said it before this watch along. We need goals from Jackson, and we need goals from Palmer. I've been saying it for the last 3 games. Cucurella can come and do all this box crashing nonsense and all this, but we need goals from those two people. That's the only way we have a chance of Champions League. There's no other way. If them two don't start scoring, it ain't happening. I'm telling you. They have to be in form. It's not about just winning this game. It's how you win this game. Do you win this game with those two getting more confidence, getting a goal each, and then they look better going into the Liverpool game? Or do they drop stinkers, get hooked, and then Cucurella box crashes in the 80th minute? Two very different types of way to win. It's very important how. Very important. Very, very important, man. All I want to be doing is watching Champions League on Wednesday and Tuesday, doing watch-alongs with you guys, or traveling to do vlogs in Rome. That's all I ask. I want to go to Rome next season. I want to go to Madrid. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for. I'm desperate. I'm very desperate, guys. I need this Champions League football. I'm very desperate. So at the moment, we're bang on the score prediction of 1-0. Let's see if these men are either going to keep that clean sheet or they're going to go and get another goal. If you told me right now the game's finished at 1-0 and Jackson got the goal, the winning goal, I'll probably take it. I'd like Palmer to score as well today if possible. But I'll take the 1-0 win right now and we'll keep it moving. I got one of them to score. I'm good. I'm good. Clean sheet as well. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it and go. Your prediction is 3-1. And Mbeumo is 25. How old is Wissa? Is he like, I think he's like 27, 28. I think he's 28. And Mbeumo is like 24, maybe just turned 25. Man heard us in the... Jackson heard us in the chat, bro. Talking about strikers. We should do it more often. Yeah, Wissa's 28. Here's Jackson. He heard us talking about strikers, bro. We should talk more about strikers if this brother's going to do this when we're talking about strikers. Heck, if maybe we should talk about 10s. If Palmer, does that work? Does that work on you? Maybe we should start talking about 10s. Let's talk about Ryan Cherky. If Cole Palmer, you know, let's talk about 10s. Let's start talking about start talking about your position. If you ain't gonna score, you know what I mean? What else we thinking? Here's Caicedo. Nice. Is that gonna reach Madueke? Okay. Oh, lovely Madueke. Go on. Good. Oh, unlucky. I'm liking this Madueke left wing little stint today. Oh, Lavia. Oh, Lavia. Oh, Lavia. Oh, we love him. Enzo. Oh, we love Lavia, man. We love him. Look at that. Ah, stuck in. We love it. Him and Caicedo just counter-pressing. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, he's going to get me emotionally attached again, man. Fucking hate this guy. Nah, Lavia actually pisses me off. Every time I watch Lavia, it's always nothing but baller I'm looking at. Press resistant, good passer, can carry it a little bit. Every time I'm watching this brother, I'm always excited. Then he wants to go and get injured again. I need to start ignoring this brother, you know. Dead ass. I need to start ignoring this brother because he's pissing me off. He's doing all this, and then watch what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. Some foolishness. Absolute foolishness. Listen, bro. Don't spoil it, but Mystic Ma had this game as a win. But yeah, this ain't the game I was worried about. Believe me, this ain't the game I was worried about. I mean, it will be a tough game, but this is the game I have us winning, yes. I have us winning. Trust me, you got bigger things to worry about than this game. Hopefully, inshallah, Mystic Maya is a fraud. Inshallah, we pray. We pray this brother is a fraud. Oh. Oh, 3K in the building. Wow. We love it. We love to see it. Big up the chat. 34 minutes gone. Jackson holding up the ball, slips, still got it though. It's a very good performance. Everything about this performance pretty much on point. When we've had to defend, we've defended well. Sanchez, I don't think has had too much to do, apart from a couple claims. Very, very good performance. Front to back, perfect. Just need that second goal. Calm everybody down. Neto. Is he going to get that? He's not going to get that. Yeah. We beat Newcastle, yeah? Fucking hell. Well, let's see, bro. Everton just in possession. 10 minutes to go till half time. Our counter press today. Beautiful. This is like it feels like an early season game where our counter press is on point. We play with the energy. We play with tempo. We break lines. This feels like a game in September or October. That's the kind of vibes this game is given. Nice and sunny. Here's Lavia. Palmer. Caicedo. Palmer. Little clip. Madueke, unlucky. Not really much you can do with that. He's definitely probably hurt his head as well. Pickford just looks like the biggest shithouse on the planet, doesn't he? I don't know what it is about the way he smiles, but he just looks like such an annoying little shithouse. Oh, that's a little bump to the head there. It's going to hurt. Such an annoying little shithouse. I don't know what it is. Every time I see that guy smiling, he just pisses me off sometimes, you know. He really does. He's got a very annoying head. Very annoying face, bruv. I know Madueke is his head is banging right now. He feels like he's just come off a night out. I'm telling you. Madueke's head right now is banging. I know that feeling when your head is just... It's like your head is sparkling. Your head is sprinkling. I don't know how else to describe it, but your head is just sprinkling. Your head is just sparkling. It's like you got sparkles in your brain. Madueke after that clash of heads. I know he's absolutely delirious. He's discombobulated out on that pitch. Whoa, Sanchez. Fucking hell, this guy. It doesn't matter how comfortable we are. Air Sanchez will be there. Air Sanchez will be there for some heart in mouth moment. What in the world was that collision? I don't even know what's going on. So thankfully he gets the ball first. So it's not a penalty. But once he gets the ball, Lord heavens, does he absolutely slam into the Everton attacker or whoever that is. Oh my God. All I know is, I don't care what goes on for the end of the season. New keeper, man, who doesn't make me question my entire life. I don't know who's injured. I think they might be both injured because I don't know who got. Like, the thing is, they're both traveling towards each other, so they're both gonna be flawed. You know, they're both gonna be flawed. Yeah, Superman, exactly. Superman, fam. Superman. So I don't know, man. I feel like both of them. Yeah, that's a great counter press, man. Look at that counter press. Chalobah touch tight to Beto, Enzo. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That is the kind of finishing that you want from Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, they might be both taken out. And to be honest, like, love and guidance, but I don't really look forward to seeing Jorgensen anymore after what happened against Legia Warsaw. Like, I don't really look forward to him coming on for Sanchez if that's the case. Like, I actually probably would prefer Sanchez to be playing now after what Jorgensen was doing. He's actually scarred me. You know what I mean? He scarred me, fam. I don't know. Sanchez, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully that brother is all right and he just carries on playing, because I don't know if I want to see Jorgensen in goal. I'll be honest. I really don't know if I want to see that brother either. Now I'm like thinking, which personality do I prefer? And you could say that Sanchez is more extroverted and maybe Jorgensen's more introverted. So then now I'm looking for a goalkeeper that's more likely to take responsibility, even though when he does take responsibility, it can cost you. At least he's front-footed and not afraid of making big calls, even if those calls can be wrong. So I don't know. At this point, I'll probably go with him until the end of the season, like the manager has already been doing. Because Jorgensen he scares the shit out of me, to be honest. Now, after that. Who is better, fully fit Lavia or fully fit Rice? Oh, God grief. Can we just not compare players for once? Can we just enjoy Lavia's performance? He's not even been fit for more than 290 minutes, and Rice comparisons have already started. Can I just enjoy my player? I don't care about Rice. I really don't care. Can we just enjoy look at Lavia. Look at him. Beautiful press resistance and pass. Can I just enjoy that? I don't want to hear about Rice today. I don't care about Rice. I'm not having Rice for dinner. I'm not having Rice for lunch. Can I just enjoy Lavia's performance? Honestly. Goodness gracious. I'd hate this, you know. If this was, if this era of analysis was going on when Lampard was playing, I would be so annoyed. If Lampard was scoring goals and people would be asking me every 5 minutes about Gerrard or asking me every 5 minutes about Scholes, I think I'd genuinely fall out of love with the version of Lampard that I was watching, because it'd always be comparison every 5 minutes. There's no need to compare the two, because Rice has been performing and he's been consistent and he's playing 2 consecutive seasons for Arsenal and even for West Ham before that. Lavia's been injured, so we don't need to compare. Let's just leave Lavia alone. Can we leave Lavia alone? Can we let Lavia just play football? That's all I'm asking. What's the point of comparing someone when they could get injured tomorrow? What's the point? Just leave my brother alone. Please. God damn. Shit. God damn. Here's 2 minutes to half time. Patterson. Oh shit. Beto. Sanchez off his line. That's what I'm saying. Palmer. Ooh, dangerous playing out from the back here, but we've managed to make it work. Oi, have we managed to make it work? It's a great Everton press, and we're out of it. It's not a great pass from Madueke to Enzo, but he's going to keep it in. He's got Cucurella in support. He's got Madueke in support. That was really high risk, but it paid off. We did get out. Here's Lavia. Caicedo. Jackson. Not going to quite stick. Here's Patterson. Deep. No one back post. Everton. Cleared. Well done. Caicedo today. Unbelievable. And this is the player that, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. Big six, yeah. I swear to God, when I catch all 5 of you, when I catch all 5 of you on big six, they do not respect these performances from Caicedo this season. Oh, he had a great start, but he's tailed off. That's what Tapping Tobes is telling me. I swear to God, when I catch you 5, I might throttle all 5 of you. Lord heavens, pisses me off. You're not watching this guy. You're not watching these Caicedo performances. He's in the team of the season. They're not watching these performances. Pisses me off. But the amount of defending I'm having to do for this guy because they don't watch him. They don't watch him. Chatting too much nonsense. God damn. Too much nonsense is chatted. God damn. So annoying, man. Oh, the names that I was hearing the other day, man. The names I was hearing the other day, honestly. Makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach. See, look, you got idiots here that were watching the game and still asking what he's done. Like you ain't watched all the tackles and interceptions and the counter pressing, bruv. These people have no respect for what a defensive midfielder is meant to do, you know. I swear. This game has become... This modern game is so GA focused. Nobody has a respect for tackling. No one has a respect for passing. No one has a respect for anything other than goals and assists. It's disgusting. It's genuinely disgusting the way the game has gone. No one respects anything outside of goals and assists now. If someone doesn't get a goal and assist, no one cares. You don't care about tackling. You don't care about passing. You don't care about intercepting. You don't care about positioning. You don't care about last-ditch defending. You don't see it. You don't notice it. You don't credit it. All you care about is goals and assists. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. Because I don't know how you lot think you're going to win football matches with just goals and assists. Genuinely. I don't know what you think the rest of the team's there to do. I don't know what you're doing. 2 out of 2 long balls. 1 out of 1 dribbles completed. 2 out of 2 ground duels. 1 out of 1 aerials. It's just like... It's like you're not seeing this. 2 interceptions, tackle. It's like you guys are not seeing this, man. It's just crazy. It must just be me watching this. You must not be seeing this. Man's locking down. Anything coming near him is locked down. Nothing. Everything coming down his side is locked down. Everything. Lockdown, 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 lockdown. And I didn't even need the stats to tell you that. 100% in everything. Lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. I don't know what's going on in the world. Oh. I pray for the game. Makalele's, people have been saying, what's Makalele doing? what does that Makalele even do? That's what they'd be asking me in the chat. What does that Makalele even do, bro? I don't even understand what that Makalele is even doing. That's what they be saying in the chat. What's that Makalele even doing? I don't even know what that Makalele even does. Honest to God, what's that guy do? That brother ain't scored or assisted in like 10 games. I don't understand what that Makalele be doing. Oh, shit. It's nasty work. Nah, they're not asking back then, but if he was playing today, they'd be asking, bro. I'm telling you now. They'd be asking, what's he even doing? Facts. They dead ass be asking what he's even doing. I'm not even joking. Not even joking. I'm being so serious. From what I hear about the Nguiso brother, he needs to work on the ball. On the ball, off the ball, he's covering ground, he's winning the ball back. Great. On the ball, people are saying needs more developing about this Nguiso brother. So, I refer back to Leslie Ogochukwu once again, who is good on the ball and off the ball in my opinion. But people will tell me he's overrated and all these things. No problem. No problem. All right. Half-time. Chelsea 1, Everton 0. A beautiful first half. Really beautiful first half. Very happy. Very, very happy. I'm happier now than I have been in a very long time watching Chelsea. Because from back to front, everything is on point. Everything's on point. You've got your goal. You've got your great passing, great control, great counter press. You've got your good defending. When you've had to defend, you've defended. Everything is on point. Good build-up play. Some difficult moments under the press. Got through. Good football. Nice change of tactics from the manager, of Caicedo coming in, Lavia coming in, swap of the wingers, Neto right, Madueke left. Beautiful. Everything, first half, happy. We're not going too gung-ho. We're still controlling. We're not playing at a really slow pace. We're still playing the ball through the lines, quickly finding people in the gaps. I'm very happy. I'm as happy as I've been in a long time. I feel refreshed. I feel rejuvenated. In fact, let me get myself some water. I gotta drink some water to this. Not champagne, because you don't drink champagne unless you win Grand Prix. Just saying. We gotta drink some water though. Gotta drink some water. You know what I mean? Have some water. Toast to this. Very happy. Very, very happy. Now, are Chelsea going to become clinical overnight and start banging in 3-4s? No, they're not. So I'm not really too concerned about all of that in terms of why are we not leading by 2-3. No, I'm not interested in that right now. We all know that the team, when the good crosses from Neto go to Madueke, yes, on the aerial standpoint, Madueke is not going to convert those. No sugar, no shit sugar. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too bothered about that. I would like to see more of Palmer. That's the only thing I'd say in the first half. I want to see more of Palmer. I feel like we're not really getting Palmer on the ball as much as I would like. Or when we are getting him on the ball, he's a bit deep. But the counter press is great. That led to the goal. I think Caicedo and Lavia have been excellent in midfield. Lavia's having a really strong first game back. Jackson, brilliant finish. Answered the critics with a good goal. Happy with Neto. Happy with Madueke on the flanks. I think they're both doing a good job. And the defence are standing up and they're defending very well. So I have no complaints. No complaints. I just need us to concentrate. I need us to concentrate. I don't want to be finishing this game and we've played well, but we've had a lapse of concentration. There's been a brain fart. We've drawn the game 1-1. Some bollocks. Just win this game. Because that's what the performance so far deserves. But there's still another 45 to play. So as much as I'm going to drink to the first half with some water, that's all I can do. Because there's a long way to go. But that performance in the first half is very reminiscent of what we were doing in the early part of the season. There's been a balance between control, but there's still been some moments where we've bypassed the press from Everton. And again, thank you, Everton, for pressing. Because this is the thing. If you don't press, we don't get to try and break through that press. And then we don't get to find some space and gaps in behind the press. So the fact that you have pressed a little bit, and because we've scored that goal, they are going to press, which is important. That's why you got to get that goal, because now Everton have to come out. And then when they do come out, we get past the press, and then we do find some spaces in behind. And then Jackson does get to find himself turning, receiving, and facing goal. And then he can, so this is all part and parcel of this is why you got to get the goal. But yeah, this is very reminiscent of earlier part of the season, Chelsea. And this is the kind of performance that I've been looking for in the Conference League, in the Premier League, to actually have confidence to go and win the other games. You win this game 2-0, identical first half performance in the second, clean sheet, goal for Palmer next, goal for Jackson, good play from the midfielders, Enzo assist, good counter press. This is the type of performance that leads to, okay, Liverpool, we can get a result. Not what we've been seeing. So this is it. This is what we need more of. But at the same time, you have to stress it's Everton. And Everton are Everton. Everton are a good team in terms of defence. But Everton are also not Liverpool. So, we're going to have to go again and raise it even higher against Liverpool. And Newcastle away. Nottingham Forest away. This is not going to get any easier. But Lavia very important in that first half, man. Him and Caicedo it works. It's the yin and yang. And this is what I see for Santos next season. If Lavia's not fit, yin and yang with Caicedo, because now Caicedo's got someone next to him that's got that. Obviously, Enzo has had way more energy this season. He's had way more energetic, gets about the pitch a lot better. Maybe not the hernia injury, all these things, but he's still not Lavia physically. He's still not Andre Santos physically. Maybe what Inguisa will be physically, or Gachuka will be physically. And giving that person to Caicedo physically next to him and allowing Enzo to just focus on the creative and still counter press, but not live and die by your counter press. Beautiful. Now we're cooking. So I can't wait for Caicedo to see what Santos has got with him next season as well. That's what I want to see. Yeah, but Lavia counter press. Receiving the ball in tight spaces, passing, beautiful way to pass through the lines. It's been lovely to watch Lavia today. Lovely. If I could do the review right now, I'd be more than happy to. More than happy to do the review right now. You know. But obviously, long way to go. Long way to go. Let's go through the super chats. Miz is on holiday, guys, so that's why he's not doing a live, so there'll be no phone call there. So we've read that one out. I'll be lying in bed with my gal. Hope we'll win. We will win. Yes, we will win, hopefully, brother. I'll take the 1-0, honestly. If the second half is a controlling defensive performance, in the sense of we do create, but we don't take, so we know that, so we start to try and lock shit down with 10, 15 to go. I ain't got no problem with that, because I'm not gonna ask this team to depend on us being clinical. What I will ask is that there's game management. You get a feel for the game, and if the game is starting to go towards a 1-0 and Everton are starting to put pressure on, you defend and you keep that clean sheet. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for this team to beat Everton 3-4-0. I've seen Liverpool beat Everton 1-0. I've seen Everton, play the league leaders twice in recent months or weeks, and it's been a close game. Obviously a derby, but, I'm not expecting us This is the 5th best defence in the league, joint best, with Bournemouth and ourselves. I'm not expecting 4-5 today. The best passer of this era doesn't even come close to Michael Carrick. In that super chat. Yeah, I forgot to mention Michael Carrick as well. Very good passer of the ball. Lewis Skelly or Lewis Hall at left back, top talents, top options. I don't know if I can pick between the two. Honest to God, I don't know if I can pick between the two. Lewis Skelly's having an incredible season. He looks so mature, so comfortable, brilliant on the ball, strong, press resistant. Obviously, still things to learn defensively, but that's going to come. He's not a left back. He's a midfielder by trade. Brilliant talent. That's the kind of talent that anybody wants at their club. Same applies to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's top talent. Never wanted him to leave. I think he could have easily stayed, and if he was happy to fight for his place, he could have been a great option to succeed to Cucurella. And I think he could have even, over time, as Cucurella gets older, then he would have taken over. But yeah, I love both of them. So I think they're both great. Let's see. Obviously, my Cobham brother, that's who I'm going to be wanting to take that England spot, because it would be nice for him. But really, I want England to win the World Cup. I want Tuchel to win. So whoever's in better form, whoever's playing well, I don't really care. Lewis Skelly scored in his debut. Play whoever's playing better. It's nice to know now that we've gone from Trippier having to play out there on his right foot to now we have Lewis Skelly and Lewis Hall. Beautiful. We're back. The left back position is back. So and it's funny because they're both midfielders in the academy, and they've both had to move to left back. So they're actually exactly the same, not exactly the same profile, but they're similar in that sense. So yeah, man, I don't mind. Whoever's in better form deserves it. It's a straight shootout, and rightly so. I don't mind. The Big Six tend to not give players props because they, admittedly, to be fair, don't watch all the games. People don't speak on McAllister, Bergvall, Euro, Caicedo, etc. as they should as a result. Bergvall, obviously I've given a lot of praise to Spence, but yeah, Bergvall deserves a lot of credit as well, because he's 18 going into that midfield, and he's been better than all of the midfielders. And I have seen that. So if I haven't said it, I'll say it. That's definitely been a long-standing opinion, just watching any game I've seen from you lot. Basuma, Sarr, Bentancur, he's been better than all of those guys. Obviously, Gray's done very well for himself at centre-back out of position when he's had to. So, yeah. Euro, Man United have been so bad this year as well. It's hard to find, outside of Bruno Fernandes, it's hard sometimes to outline who's been the level, because you lot have been so bad. McAllister, I think everybody should know McAllister's been brilliant this season. But I don't think he's been so brilliant that he just walks into team of the season just because Liverpool won the league. That's what I would say on McAllister. And McAllister's been a brilliant footballer for years. Like, we know this. We've seen him at Brighton. We've seen him at the World Cup. I was surprised that Man City didn't take him. You know exactly what you're getting from McAllister at this point. They play him and Caicedo played together at Brighton, so I know exactly what McAllister's all about. I watched them heavily when they played together. We know he's a baller. It's written in the stars. Jackson goal leads to Palmer goal, 2-0, the mighty Chelsea. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. I think a Bergvall, Archie Gray midfield will be interesting. Archie Gray getting that experience playing centre-back will help him now when you ask him maybe to anchor the midfield if you do. I know at Leeds he was at 8, but someone's got to be the 6. And I think Bergvall does like to carry the ball and like to get further forward a bit. So they'll have to take it in turns as a pivot. But if I was you lot next season, and I'm being so serious, I would move with a Gray Bergvall pivot. I really would. I would move with that as a pivot next season. That would be my starting pivot. They're very young, I know, but you're not exactly going to get back to the top quickly. You know, if you're going to sack the manager again, Romero's going to leave. There's a lot of change that has to happen with that squad. I'd be moving with that as a pivot. Obviously, if you probably need to sign some midfielders and sell some midfielders, but I'm just saying those two potentially could be bad. Let's see what else is being said. Something was said. Pirlo's the best passer of all time for you. All time, yeah? Yeah, Pirlo a better passer than Carrick. I would agree with that. Pirlo best passer of all time. Wow. What we saying, chat? That's a big statement. Kaka? Kaka's not the best passer. That's crazy. Short passes, Xavi. Yeah, Xavi was unreal. Unreal. Xabi Alonso. Nah, not for me. Fabregas. The Spanish brothers are right up there. Bro, Xavi was an absolute pleasure to watch, you know. He really was, bro. Xavi, obviously we talk about Iniesta all the time. He got a bit more goal action at Stamford Bridge, World Cup final. But Xavi was an absolute pleasure to watch, honest to God. No goals, no assists. Well, actually, yeah, not even loads of assists. Just beautiful to watch. How many assists did Xavi even get in his career? He probably did get a couple, you know, decent. He got a decent amount because he had a long career, but I don't think Xavi was like racking up assists like that. But bro, the guy was just unbelievable to watch. Let me see if I can see his playing career. Xavi was just ridiculous. But, like, again, not a GA hogger. You know what I mean? Xavi weren't no GA hogger, you know. Played for a long time, though, so he probably did... How many assists did he get in the end? Fucking hell. See, look, he played so many games, bro. This guy was all right. This guy played over 500 La Liga games, 130 assists. Jesus Christ. He actually did get quite a lot, to be fair. He had more GNA than Iniesta. Really? I would not have thought that, you know. I would have thought Iniesta would have had more because Iniesta got into more advanced positions. But yeah, when you look at when you look at Xavi, 130 assists in 505 La Liga games, which is insane. 58 goals, which is, again, I didn't even foresee that many goals from him, really. 11 Champions League goals and 150 odd, 30 assists and 150 odd in Champions League. Yeah. Over 200 assists in... See, the thing is, he played so many games. That's the thing. Like, now I'm looking at it. Man's played over 900 games. That's insane. He's played 933 games in his professional career. That is nuts. So, yeah. 216 assists, 112 goals. 900 plus games is crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. And true, when you're passing to Messi, your assists are going to be higher, you know what I mean? Because you're not really going to have a bad conversion rate over there, are you? But anyway, is the game back on? Let me just see. Yeah, you're not going to have a bad conversion when you're playing with Messi. Yeah, game's back on, my bad. All right, let me get the timer on. 46 minutes. Let me get the timer on. Not a bad conversion when you're playing with Messi. Not too many big chances missed. Oh, not too many big chances missed. Corner for Chelsea. Neto's going to take the corner. Ball in, headed away. Come on, let's keep the pressure on. Lavia. Time is coming up in a minute. I'll do it on 47 minutes, 15 seconds out. Palmer. Let's get this timer on screen. Yeah, that's fine. Come on. Oh, unlucky. Neto, unlucky. Yeah, just block the bots. Yeah, Xavi's ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous player. One of the very best ever. Here's Neto. I wouldn't make any subs. I'm pretty happy with everyone. I wouldn't make any subs at this current moment. Not really interested in making any subs. I'm happy with the counter press. There's lots of energy in the legs of Neto and Madueke on the counter press. So, feels like we've got a very physical wing pairing. Shoulder to shoulder. They're bodying, man. They're pressing. Working hard. So, yeah. Neto corner. Oh, go on. Oh, Madueke, I think off the post or is saved by Pickford. I can't quite tell with all the bodies. Very unlucky. Look at Pickford, bruv. This guy's so unserious. Man's like wagging his tongue like a dog. Man's smiling at people that's shooting at him. Every time Pickford makes a save, he's smiling at the attacker. This guy's a joker. This Pickford guy is so funny. No, he's actually a big personality as well, isn't it? These keepers, man. They're so funny. Ball comes in. Headed away. Man's smiling at Madueke like, yeah, you thought you had me, but you didn't, did you? Oh, unlucky. Right, get back now. There's a second bite of the cherry. Jackson, big tackle. Hey! Hey! This is how I want my team defending. This is how I want my team defending. Lavia couldn't get him. Jackson got him after. Oh, yeah, I love it. This is what I love to see. This is proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea defending on the transition. Hard work. Hard work. Yeah, man. This is early season. This is what we want. Time is there, bro. Time is there. Time is there and it's in line, bro. Time is there. See, look, Lavia, good attempt, unlucky, tried to stop him. Jackson, bang, hold that. That's some Simeone defending right there. Everybody just busted along to get back. That's what I want to see. No free kick. You don't have to get up. He ain't giving it. What's wrong with these bots, man? Sorry, let me change the settings. I ain't got time for this nonsense today. Sorry, guys. I feel like I can't just shut this shit down immediately. Ball in the box. Cucurella. Unlucky. Hold that strong 5 days. Did I just see Madueke doing push-ups on the pitch? Is this guy all right? Is he all right? Oh, can we get the win? He's like, oh, killing me, bro. Strong 5 days, man. Hold that. We've got Madueke doing press-ups on the pitch now, guys. The boys are happy out there. Palmer spammed into the head of the opposition player. Booted the ball in the opposition's headpiece. I don't know what girl that Madueke is told, or Madueke is currently texting, or which girl is in the stands he's trying to impress, doing up them push-ups. I know there's a girl involved. From the moment you're doing push-ups on the pitch, there's a girl involved, 100%. 100% there's a girl involved. 100%. There's some girl in the crowd that you're trying to get her attention. Jackson on the ground. His arm. Hey! Hey! What the fuck is going on here? Are we going to do a VAR check? Because it looks like someone's trying to punch my brother's arm. What's going on? You're not going to book him? Nah, you got to book him, no? Nah, Braithwaite, we don't want to hear that nonsense. Nah, this guy needs to... Nah, we need to start punching this guy out. We need to start punching this guy out. This Braithwaite guy. Nah, fuck this Braithwaite guy. What does he think this is? This is why I wish we had a proper beast that we could just bring on to come and bully this little Braithwaite. I'm telling you. This is where I want a bully to just sub him on and just come bully this little kid. Who does he think he is? Who does this kid think he is? I wish Drogba could just come on right now and come and punch this guy up. Nah, this guy thinks he's the shit. This little bread brand. This little bread company defender, fam. What does he think this is? This is crazy. Man sounded like Hovis. Sounded like some bread company coming out here trying to beef up my striker. Nah, we need to start. Jackson! Yes! Oh, no, Jackson! Oh, that's a lifesaver for Everton. Oh, my. I think O'Brien tried to play the ball back. Didn't quite put enough power on it. Jackson almost got there before Pickford would have rounded the keeper at a tap-in. Everton coming forward. Shot blocked by Cucurella. Well done. Sanchez come and claim. Sanchez! Sanchez! Stop this Superman shit, man. Oh my God, this goalkeeper. Stop this Superman shit. Why are you coming out with one hand? What goalkeeper consistently comes out with one hand? What is this? What is this? 2 hands or no hands. Don't come out at all. This guy is always coming out with one hand. What does he think this is? Which goalkeeping coach is telling him to come out with one hand on a consistent basis? My God. Every time, every game, one hand. Cross collection. Why? Here's Madueke. I don't want no bozo moment from you to come and ruin this whole performance. Cut back. Oh, good defending. Because it's one of them bozo moments, you know, that are going to come and ruin my whole performance. That's what's going to happen. Good delivery from Madueke off the left. Oh, this guy, man. One hand, 1 foot. Onana, Sanchez, what's going on? Honest to God. Unlucky. Jackson's so close, man. Battle of the goalkeepers today. Oh! Almost on the back post, Jackson. He's looking for his second. Almost on the back post. It's a great corner. Oh, great defending from, I think it's Braithwaite. Yeah, great defending. Him and Chalobah. Cleared. This game's getting spicy now, second half. Everton coming with the physicality. Here's Caicedo. Enzo. Yeah, man. This is a fight. They're trying to turn this game into a fight. They're trying to turn this game into a fight. They want to fight us in the second half. Because we've obviously outplayed them in the first half, football-wise. So the second half, David Moyes has said, listen, you're not going to win a football match with them, but you might be able to win a fight. So second half, I want a little bit more rough and tumble, a little bit more physicality, a little bit more beef. That's argy-bargy. That's what they want. It's such a clear and obvious switch from the first half to the second. They're trying to make this a fight. They're trying to make this a fight, which is why I'll take the 1-0. I'll take the 1-0. I really will. A win is a win, especially when it's been a good performance as well. Here's Chalobah. Oh, Neto. The physicality. Bring on evil Saka. Not yet for me. Not yet. I don't think we should just listen. We don't want to just be making substitutions for the sake of it, guys. We need to win this game. And I think at the moment, we're all right. I'll be honest. I don't see the need. It's only the 57th minute as well. It's not even 65 or 70. It's becoming a very physical game. And Jackson, physically, as a man, should be able to go up against those centre-backs physically better than Tyreek George would. George is still only 19. I don't really fancy Braithwaite punching up Tyreek George, to be honest. Let's just leave it for now, I think. I don't think we need to be just making changes. Because every game is different. George coming on against Fulham, off the bench when we need a goal, versus 1-0 lead at home against Everton with their centre-backs standing 6'6" and trying to punch up, man. It's a different game, guys. Different game. Let's see. Let's give it a little bit longer. Let's give it a little bit longer. It's not like, if we weren't playing well and Everton were dominating us, then I'd be like, yo, we need to do something. But right now, I think we're still playing well. We just need to just try and find that second goal. Go on, Palmer. They are making changes, Everton. Let's see what they're doing. Cucurella. Because hold up play-wise. Remember, George didn't demonstrate any hold-up play when he came on. He didn't need to. Hold-up play is very important when you're leading 1-0. When you're leading 1-0 and you might need an out ball, guys, in the last 10 minutes, you're going to need someone to hold the ball up versus their defenders. And I'm probably going to look at George trying to hold up versus their 6'6" centre-backs. It's not going to be good. And then we're not going to be able to get up the pitch. Got to bear this in mind a little bit. Not chasing the game. Here's Enzo. Yeah, he's not happy. He wants a free kick or a penalty or whatever. Oh, that's poor Colwell. Don't get sold. Don't get sold like that, man. You know Beto's trying to get the ball in behind. He's been doing this. Look at that. Look what they're doing to Jackson. Look what they're doing to Jackson. Look what O'Brien and them man are doing. These men are nasty thugs. These men are criminals. O'Brien and Braithwaite, the two thugs. The two thugs. Yeah? Thugs. That's what they are. Criminals. Them two centre-backs. Nasty. This is Premier League. This is Premier League. This is Premier League. Nasty thug behaviour, these men. Trying to beat up my striker. Crazy. Forget my correct score, yeah. I'm trying to get a second goal on these, man. Head top, just to see them angry. Ball comes into the box. I need that second goal, man. Like, crack right now. Because these defenders, I feel like I'm fighting them now. I feel like I'm taking it personally. I'm not going to lie. I know we've had our criticisms of Jackson, but that's our striker to criticise, you know. I don't know what these Everton centre-backs think they're doing. Like, that's our striker to criticise. I don't know what you lot think you're doing. Trying to beat him up now. Because we were talking about Matetas and Whistles in the first half. You better watch yourself. Taking this personally now. I'm taking this very personally, I'll be honest. I feel like I'm fighting them now. Every time they bump into Jackson, I'm getting a bruise myself. I'm getting a bruise myself. Here's Palmer. Jackson. Neto. Nah, he's on. Go on. It's a good idea from Enzo, but yeah, not quite. Not quite. Win that. Hey, Colwell, I'm going to need some strength. This ain't a time for you to be fake fake aggressive. I'm going to need that real strength right now. Wherever you've been bench pressing, it's going to have to show today. Yeah? I don't want to see Beto just winning flick-ons on your head top. You better start winning these headers. I'm involved. I need this clean sheet because we're not guaranteed to score again. We're not guaranteed to score again. I need that clean sheet. I need Colwell on his P's and Q's. I don't know what's going on back there. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien's in possession, guys. We're letting him have the ball. We don't really worry about O'Brien in possession. We don't press that, brother. Taking a bit of a breather. Caicedo. Palmer. Enzo. Bro, if this ends 1-0, bro, I can't wait to do this review. I got so much to say, fam. Oh, shit. Lavia, get back. Colwell! Colwell! Brilliant save from Sanchez. Levi Colwell, I'm going to need you to be on your P's and Q's with this Beto, brother. You know he's right-footed. Do not let him spin you. That was like the Lukaku versus the 50-year-old Jamie Carragher on Sky. I'm going to pin you like this. I'm going to pin you like this. I'm telling you, I'm going to pin you like this. And Jamie's like, nah. And then he does pin him and he shoots in the Everton training gear. What's going on? And it looks just like this gear as well. Beto says, I'm going to pin you. I'm going to pin you. I'm going to pin you. Come on. Don't let that brother pin you. McNeil's coming on. This is the guy that I'm kind of surprised doesn't even start because he's got a good delivery on him. So don't give this guy time and space to be picking out Beto in the box, please. Ashley Young coming out again. I don't know how long this brother's going to play, how old he's trying to be. I think he's trying to beat Gareth Barry's record for most appearances in the Prem. Maybe James Milner. I don't know what's going on. Them three Aston Villa brothers there. They got a group chat. Who's going to have the most appearances in the Premier League? I don't know what's going on. I feel like them brother, they got a group chat. James Milner, Ashley Young, and actually to be fair, Ashley Young went to Inter Milan, so he's probably slacking behind. That's probably why. He's probably slacking behind a little bit. But Ashley Young, from his Watford days, James Milner Leeds, and Gareth Barry, they probably got a group chat trying to do who does the most appearances. I'm going to check actually who's got the most. He's only 37. It's mad, you know, because you'd think he'd be older. 37's not bad. Because he's been kicking ball for the longest, bro. Watford. I remember him at Watford. Dead ass, I remember him at Watford. Then he got that move to Villa. Him and Gabby Bondahor and James Milner, Gareth Barry, Melberg, was it? Centre-back, Swedish guy. Larsson, the Danish centre-back. Petrov in midfield. John Carew. Those were the days, bro. I used to love watching Villa back then. Oh, my days. That Villa team was so fun to watch under Martin O'Neill. I used to love that Villa team. I used to love watching that Villa team, man. Watching them just... They were just so fun. He's 39. Exactly. That brother ain't 37. Man, I'm telling me he's 37. He ain't 37. 39 makes way more sense. I said, yo, this brother, that's young. How is this brother 37? But yeah, that team was so exciting to watch. That team was so exciting to watch, man. Who else was in that Villa team? I'm trying to remember. Someone mentioned Emil Heskey, yeah. He went there towards the latter part of his career, I think. Who else was in that Villa team? James Milner, Gareth Barry, Petrov, Young, Gabby Bondahor, John Carew, 4-4-2. I think I've named the whole starting 11, to be fair. I can't remember who the left back was. I feel like it was like, was it Nicky Shorey or something from Reading? Can't remember the left back. Yeah, man, listen. Nigel Rio-Coker. Yes, brother. That's the centre mid I'm talking about. Yeah. Bring that brother into the squad as well. Lavia's coming off 65 minutes. Listen, when I get into my Barclays bag, man, start talking about these Nigel Rio-Cokers and that. Yeah. Those were the days. So he's taking off Lavia. Who's he bringing on? Reece James, and then Caicedo's going to go in midfield, and Reece James going to go right back. I can't remember the left back, though. Obviously, it was Brad Friedel in goal. I remember him. I can't remember the left back. Yeah, Benteke. That was a bit later on, though. Benteke. I can't remember the left back. Ron Vlaar, the Dutch centre-back. Yep. I remember him. Bald brother. Shot. Oh, big save. Straight down the middle from Sanchez, but handled. Alan Hutton. Yeah, Alan Hutton. That's another one at right back, the Scottish brother. Warnock. Yep, the left back from Blackburn, I believe. I don't think he was at Villa, was he? I feel like he was at Blackburn. Let me know in the chat, Warnock. I feel like he was at Blackburn. I don't remember him at Villa. Here's Jackson. Take the shot. Unlucky. Oh, no, it's Caicedo, sorry. Oh, at least that's an excuse then, because that was a terrible strike. It's a great run, though. Look at that run from Caicedo. That brother, where was he going? Caicedo's just gone. Running. Said, yo, I've done a lot of running. I'm going to take a shot. Probably should have laid it back for Palmer, but it is what it is. It's a good shift from Lavia. Good shift. Very good performance. 65 minutes, no injury. We pray. Very happy. Couldn't be happier. Inzogbia was a G. Yeah, that brother at Wigan used to just cut in on that left foot and just knock it into the top bins. He was at Villa as well for a bit. And Newcastle. Patrick Berger as well. Was at Villa, I believe. And Liverpool. These are old names now. Odin Wingy. Yeah, Odin Wingy. Everybody knows Odin Wingy for when he was sitting in the car thinking he was getting a transfer. And then also that striker at West Brom. What was his name? The young English guy that had all that potential. Began with a B. Oh, let me know in the chat. He was trying to make a move to Tottenham. What was his name? All that potential just went off the grid. What was that guy at West Brom? The young... Yes! Berahino. That's it. Berahino. That's the brother. Young striker at West Brom. Nice little debut season. Then he tried to move too quick. Everybody was like, yo, slow your roll. Yeah, that was him. Marlon Harewood. Yeah. West Ham striker, I remember him. Big lump of a fella. See, this is the thing. When Grizz is telling me that I don't remember these people because I'm too young, you have to remember, yeah, I'm not that young, you know. Like, I'm still 28. Like, respect me. Please respect me. Carlton Cole. You know what I mean? Tevez at West Ham. Mascherano at West Ham. Please respect me. Neil Collins. Centre-back. You know what I mean? I can go way back. Yakubu. Yakubu. Stuart down in at Middlesbrough. That little breakthrough when he was 21. Way. Stuart down in at Middlesbrough. You don't know about that. Kevin Nolan, the chicken dance. You don't know about this. Damn, Unk. Oh, dear. We're in possession at the moment. Sanchez in possession. Colwell. Cucurella. Colwell in possession. Still feels like a quiet game for Palmer. Probably out of everyone. Everybody else you've kind of seen enough of, I feel like. You've seen a lot of. Palmer still feels very quiet. Feels like we're kind of playing around him a little bit still. Jackson, right through the middle. Great pass. Come on, release that now. It's a great pass through the middle of the defense. Colwell's been playing some brilliant passes today through the lines. Just needed Jackson just release that ball quicker. Colwell's at a really good passes today. Jackson, unlucky. O'Brien again. Ain't easy. O'Brien, Braithwaite, very physical. Haven't seen much from Ndai. Is he still on the pitch? I don't think he is. That's a relief. Didn't really see loads from him. There was one time where he cut in and he just kept taking all these touches. then played out wide. But apart from that, I didn't really see nothing from him today. Bobby Zamora, oi. Oh, Everton. Okay, block. Get that cleared. Good. Bobby Zamora at Fulham with Andy Johnson is heritage. If you remember that Fulham team with Zoltan Gera, Danny Murphy, that is Fulham heritage right there. Clint Dempsey. Collect. Good. That Fulham team is heritage. Mark Schwarzer in goal, I think. Shane Long. Oh, don't get me gassed, please. Don't gas me. Shane Long. What a guy. We love that. We love that. Did Neto just duck on Pickford's? Oh my days. Did he just duck, bro? Momentum low-key shifting. Stop reminiscing. 72 minutes. Not quite for me. I still think we're in control as we are now coming up the pitch. I'm still confident in the way we're controlling the game. It's not shifted enough for me quite yet for me to be really worried. But I don't know if that was a free kick. Referee's not giving it. Let's see. I still trust us. Like I'm looking at the way Cucurella's covering. I'm looking at the way Caicedo's covering. Reece James is on now. So you're still keeping that 5, defend with 5, attack with 5 without Enzo. Let's see though. You're panicking. I'm not panicking just yet. Maybe it's because I trust the way we've been defending. Or now I'm panicking. That was close. If he had connected with that properly, that's a dangerous position. Neto's coming up the pitch. I just feel like we've been... Obviously, we had a spell where I had to cook Cole off for a little bit. But apart from that, defensively, I do trust us a little bit. I don't know why. Here's Palmer. I don't know why. I just have a weird trust today with the way we are. I have a weird trust. Here's Madueke. Go on. Oh, what a save from Pickford. That was brilliant play from Madueke. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Brilliant wing play. Cuts him up, comes inside. Do you know what I've loved about Madueke today? He's coming in on his right foot. He's not being predictable. He's not just going to the left. He's happy to come in on his right and take a shot. It's a second or third time he's done that. And a really, really, really good strike. Again, forcing a big save from Pickford. Very unlucky. And he's forced Pickford into a few saves. It's not the first time that him and Madueke have been exchanging words and laughs over the strikes. So... got a corner now. Header. Pickford claims. I'm liking this Madueke left wing performance. He's been unpredictable. I was worried that as a left footer on the left wing, he was just going to constantly try and go around the outside, constantly try and cross or cut back, and then they would kind of figure him out quite quickly. But he has squared his man up, and he's been happy to go down the inside on his weaker foot. And he's not going to start slapping in shots on his right foot anytime soon. But the fact that he's at least making himself unpredictable, I'm happy with that. That's a good step. Good clearance, good defending. Listen, the defending today, it's been good. It's been good. It's been pretty good. Apart from a couple of little moments in the second half earlier on, we're back to being switched on. So hopefully. First corner for them, is it? Yeah, there's more variety in his game, 100%. But even on the right wing, to be fair to him, he does go down the outside and look for cutbacks, and he does cut in and shoot. So he's always shown variety on that side as well. He's not predictable. That's the one thing I will say about him, is he's not predictable at all. You don't know what he's going to do. Even the fans don't know what he's going to do. I don't really feel like we should have just turned over possession like that, man. Come on, Enzo. There's a time, game management now. Just keep it a little bit. There's no need to just, I know we want to counter, but there was no need to just kind of just knock that down the channel like that. Just keep the ball, man. Ball over the top. Cucurella. Well done. He's been brilliant today again, Cucurella. Brilliant. McNeil. This is where the crosses are going to be coming in now. Got to be stopping that guy. Jackson, well done. Good. Let's keep it for a bit. Nice. Good. Enzo, man on. Man on. Man on! Man on! Ref, thank you. Thank you very much. Sancho's coming on. This is probably for ball retention because we keep giving the ball away. Manager said, yo, not keeping the ball. He's taking off Madueke. Good performance. Good performance, Madueke. Good performance. Much better. Much better from last week. Last week wasn't as bad as maybe people say, but much better this week. Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better. Now Sancho needs to come on, keep the ball. Good performance. Worked your socks off. Very happy. Stamford Bridge are giving him a standing ovation, so that tells you all you need to know. From what I can see anyway. Fans are very happy with Madueke's performance. Very good job today. Very good job today. I really liked him out on that left. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more. I need him or Neto to make that left wing position make sense. Because when Esteval comes in, someone's moving. So someone needs to make it make sense. Someone needs to make it make sense. I don't really care who, but somebody needs to make it make sense. Right. Colwell, the pace. Okay, recover, well done. But Lord heavens. You know what I mean? It's one of those moments where you're like, Jesus, is that what Beto's going to do? He's just going to just run past you that much. Lord heavens, Colwell, we need to make you faster, don't we? Jesus, we need to make you quicker, brother. Got a bit lucky there, a little bit of a drag back on the shoulder. Just got out of jail. Got out of jail a little bit. Oh, Beto's off, sorry. Decore then. Decore was it making the run. So who's come on for Beto? Good play, James. Oh, unlucky. I would have actually thought James would have done a bit better on that. Is it? 1 second. How's that happen though? Okay, all right, I'm locked in. Good clearance. All right, we're good. I locked in. I don't know why sometimes just, yeah. Anyway, we're here. Come on, boys. Who did Beto come off for? Who did he come off for? So this puts us back up to 60 points. This is right in line with Mystic Ma. 60 points plus 19 goal difference. If you've seen the video, you know. If you haven't, pinned in the comment after the watch along. If you're waiting for the review. This is on point with what Mystic Ma is saying. 1-0 Chelsea against Everton. The same goal difference, same points, everything. We got Newcastle Ipswich at 3 o'clock. I've predicted that. I'm not going to tell you what the score was. It's in the video. But Mystic Ma so far, 100%. 100%. Right down to the goal difference at the moment. Let's see. Don't count your chickens. I know I shouldn't. I really shouldn't count my chickens before they roost whatsoever. I should relax. I should definitely relax. Braithwaite. I need a clean sheet, boys. I don't care. I need a clean sheet. That's what I've said. That's my main focus today is the clean sheet. Oh shit. So who's this brother that's come on? Who's this guy that's come on for better? Let me check. It was... Oh, I don't recognize this brother. Chiramiti? I don't know who this guy is. I feel like I might have seen him before. Obviously, Alcaraz as well is going to try and get a goal. I think he's from Southampton, wasn't he? He likes to pop up with a random goal here and there. Ex-Sporting player. Fez. Is he good? What am I cooking, bro? He's not good. Mid player. Good. All right, well then, when you handle business then, innit? I don't want to see nothing from him. I remember when, who is that brother that scored against us? He played for Everton. He was a young kid. Got his debut goal at Chelsea or some nonsense. Hadn't scored in like 10 games and then against Chelsea he scores. I can't remember what his name was. I think he was some mixed race guy. Some random brother just pop out of nowhere and score. Either last season or the season before. Sims, that's it. Sims, bro. Sims Pets, bro. Sims 2. Sims, bro. That random brother just come from nowhere to score. Where is he now? Where is that man now? We don't even know where Sims is to this day. Someone Google Sims. Where is that brother? Where is Sims? That brother just come and dunk on our head top for no reason and disappear off the face of the earth. I ain't heard of that brother since. I've not heard of that brother since. It's crazy. Coventry. Oh, he's at with Lampard, yeah? Okay. He's with Franks. Is he playing? Is he playing for Franks? Is he playing for Super Frank or is he on the bench? Jeez, that's not bad. That's not bad. Here's Sancho. Sancho on the left wing. Keeping the ball. That's what I want. That's what I need. Cucurella, Caicedo, just pop it up. Yeah, pop it off. There we go. Pop it off between yous. Lovely stuff. Pop it off. Pop it off. Pop it off to your friend. Pop it off to your mate. Pop it again. Oi! Oh, I was just about to start doing the olays and then we fucking give the ball away. I was like, yo, this is about time for some olays and these brothers just give it away. Cucurella. I love this guy. Cucurella. I love this guy. I love this guy, man. Shot! Oh! Is that offside? Is it onside? Is it onside? It's offside. It's offside. I knew it was offside, man. Oh, Jackson. You're in that Tyreek George position. You're following in the shot. Good lad. Good lad. That's what I like to see. You just got to time your run next time. Got to be switched on. Yeah, you're offside. But at least you're alive. At least he's alert, guys. At least he's alive. Do you know what I mean? At least he wants the goals now. He's hungry. Feed that man. Cucurella, I don't know where this shot's come from Cucurella, where he's just striking the ball so cleanly, but we need to do studies on this. We need to do some sort of study. If I ever got the opportunity to speak to this man, that's the first thing I'm asking him. When did you learn to start shooting like this? He's going to tell me La Masia, 100%. He's going to tell me La Masia. He's going to tell me La Masia. I need this 1-0 win. I'm very happy with this win. I'm very happy with this 1-0 win. I don't need nothing more from this game. I've had enough. I'm good. The striker has scored. The clean sheet. We didn't get Palmer. We go again next week. But I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied. Pickford launches it. That's got to be cleared by... Oh, James. Yep, you're not having that. Hold that, mate. Nope. Well done. Yeah, Jackson scored. Yeah, if you're just coming in now. It's a great goal, by the way. Wasn't even one of them, like, charity goals. It was a proper nice finish. Proper striker's goal. Proper striker's finish. 4 minutes. I don't watch anime. Yeah, I might look like someone who watches anime, but I don't watch anime, brother. I left all that Pokemon Go stuff in the past. You know what I mean? All that Digimon stuff. I left that all in the past. All that Dragon Ball Z, all that stuff. That's all in the past. What a save from Sanchez. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. You know what? You see this Superman, brother? I'm gonna have to talk about him at the end of the game because he's made some serious saves, you know. We gonna talk. He's gonna get big credit. He can have that first choice for this season. I'm not gonna try to bring in Jorgensen, I'll be real. I said it when he went down injured. I said, you know what? After what I saw from Jorgensen, you can stay in goal until the end of the season. That was a big save. That's the second or maybe 2 or 3 big saves he's made in this game. Big saves, man. Big saves. He's having one of them Bournemouth away days. His arse is still getting sold, though. But he's having one of them Bournemouth away days. Well done. Credit where it's due. Credit where it's due. Very, very good today. You nearly left the pitch concussed. Concussed. But today, very, very happy. Today, very, very happy with you. Very happy with you, Sanchez. Very happy with you. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. We only got a couple of minutes to go. Everybody's played their part. We're nearly there, guys. It was never going to be easy. With a 1-0 lead. Tyrick George is coming on. Couple minutes to go. You ask for evil Saka, you get evil Saka. I need a tissue, man. I better not be getting a cold. I ain't got time for that. Got things to do. I'm not gonna lie, Maresca, you might have to stay up there, I'll be real. You might have to stay up there. You know what I mean? Liverpool, you might have to stay in that seat. I don't really care how long your suspension is. You might have to stay up there, mate. You might have to stay up there. Just please defend this last couple of minutes, man. We deserve the win. Well done, Neto. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Defend this lead, guys. Ball in. Sanchez! Woo! Big performance. 4 minutes of added on time. Please. Please, 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 please. We need this. Oh my God. That clearance is disgusting. Right. Maybe, actually, he probably did that on purpose for the subs. Fair. Manager definitely said, or someone told him, yo, kick that out. We need the substitutions right now. So Dewsbury Hall's coming on for Cole Palmer. And Tyrick George is probably coming on for Jackson. Really, really happy with this performance if we could just get this win, man. Please, on God. Please, please, please. 3 minutes. Now you need to show another side to you. Well done. Fuck. Get to him. Get to him. This can't be a 1-1. Hey. Nice. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. Oh, fuck's sake. Neto. Neto's like going to be... Oh, my God. Close him down. Oh, my God. Come on. Oh, my God. Yes, Neto. Well done. Well done. Well ding. I'm telling you, Neto's a wing back. Neto is a wing back. Neto is a wing back. That brother is a wing back, fam. That brother is a wing back. If I've ever seen one, that's a Victor Moses. That's a Cuadrado. Yeah, that's a wing back. That brother is a wing back. Wing back. That's what he is. Minute and a half to play. Keep it up. George, press him. Press him, press him. Nice. That creates the loose touch. That gets possession back for Chelsea. Drewsbury Hall, you fucking idiot. Keep the ball, Drewsbury Hall. Why are you doing that? There's passing options in front of you. Keep the ball. Why are you just clearing it? You're a midfielder. Why have you just booted that to the channel? What's going on? What are we doing, Drewsbury? It's not making sense. Right, let's keep the ball now. Oh my God. Guys, we don't have to do this. We don't have to see the game out in this way. Dearie me. I need this game locked off, man. These men are just hoofing the ball, bruv. Keep the ball. There's plenty of passing options. We've got 3 midfielders out there. Drewsbury will come on. He's dropping deeper as well. Keep the ball. Open your 2 eyes, look around you, and pass it to your friend. Should be done now, guys. Where's the whistle, man? Whistle, 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 whistle. Full time. Let me know in the chat when it's full time. I ain't got time to waste. Where's the full time whistle? Full time whistle. 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 Where's the full time whistle? Bring. Where's that full time whistle? Good defending again. Let's go. Blow the whistle. Full time. Yes. Woo. Come on. Come on. Full time whistle according to the chat. Come on. Come on. Big win. I knew it was going to be close. Everybody's saying 1-0s, 2-1s. Max. I knew it was going to be close in terms of the score. And it was this will make or break you in terms of the race. Obviously, now we're still in it, so we're still alive. We still got a pulse. You can see the late equaliser to this lot on a flick on, you know, O'Brien to Braithwaite. Some nonsense happens. You drop points. It's all over. All over. It's all over. Come on! Come on! Big. We live to fight another day. 1-0. Newcastle will beat Ipswich later. Do not hold your breath. Forest will play Brentford on Thursday. And that is it. There's nothing else going on in terms of the other games. But we needed to handle business because we got tougher coming up. So, yeah, man. Buzzing. Buzzing with that. Very, very, very good performance, guys. Front to back. I got a lot of praise. Really, almost everyone, apart from maybe Palmer not quite being at his best again. Not really involved as much as I'd like. But, again, we hope for the next game. But I don't really care right now about it. Everybody was really good in their own way. We will talk on the review. But that score is perfectly predicted. 1-0. That's extra points for me on the Big Six. Extra 2 points on Grizz. Grizz is saying, what's the Chelsea predictions? Correct score again, bitch. Yeah, boy. You better ask. Yeah, boy. This comeback feels good. This comeback feels good. Yes! Hold that, uncle! Hold that! They said I was dead. They said I was buried. They said I was doing forfeits. Another correct prediction. 2 more points on your blood clot. Mystic Ma. Again. If I wasn't deducting points, I wouldn't even be here, fam. Wouldn't even be here. Come on. Yo, put that man in another plane, fam. Put that man in another plane, fam. Guys, I'll see you for the review. I got a lot to say. We got a lot of praise to dish out. It's been a while. I'm looking forward to it. In a bit, people. Listen, click the link in the pin. We need more views on that. If you want to help me today, let's get more views on that damn Mystic Man video, because I must tell you, YouTube shafted us dirtily, bro. Dirtily. A lot went into that. Great edit, great costume, great theme, great thumbnail. I don't know what YouTube are playing at. If you want to find out what the next results are, this one was correct from that video. 1-0 win. You want to get the rest of the scores early? Go get them there. In a bit, people. Peace. Come on.